mic is hot. Check, check, check. Check. Mic check. There we go. Oh, yes. All right, let's try to actually make a show happen here. Hold on one second. Let me say, yay, there you go. Welcome to the show, everybody. How you doing? Probably dead. You think you're dead now? Wait till you watch some of what we have to cover tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's weekend at Donnie's time again, and you know that thing I told you guys about how there's going to be a 4-hour window for Trump very soon. I was being just super generous, saying it's like next spring. At the absolute outside, there would be this thing where he just genuinely useless the rest of the time, and they don't dare put him in a room with another human being. We're already there. I mean, for real. Like, they are crowbarring everything they can into a 3-hour window. And if the travel around him gets, if he's late getting there or whatever, they just cancel. They just punt it. Yeah. Well, and again, people are like, he's useless all the time. It's already here. Well, like on a moral, intellectual, and personal level, I completely agree. I'm talking about just the mechanics of what they're trying to get him to do. Hi, chat room, greatest chat room in the world. What's going on? There you go. Facebook's okay. I got a little warning when I started the show on Facebook that was telling me to edit the title. That's a first. And I don't know if the edit is like, we're going to throttle your show if you don't, or if you want to optimize. I can't quite tell the difference from my end. I can't see whether, but yeah, the speech, we're going to cover that tonight. Because good Lord. I mean, in a normal world, we'd be covering the fact that Eric wants to be able to use Bitcoin to buy and sell human beings. And the fact that ICE agents are shoving photographers to the ground rather than have people film their stuff, which, by the way, you can't stop just by shoving the only person who has there's literally enough cameras around because of phones that people could film the photographers. It's just stupid at this point. Democrats had a meeting on the steps. Everybody's out there. For all the Democrats aren't doing anything, who, by the way, undermined them by not voting last time. You know who you are. Yeah, this is there you go. Sorry, social media wants everyone to be nice to Kirk, Trump, Vance, etc. Well, Kirk is dead, so you can't be. And no one gives a shit if you're nice to JD Vance, even people in the in the fucking White House. I'm sorry to tell you, like, that's just a reality. Also, Thune is coming out basically trying to do this big sales pitch that, like, look, we're just trying to pass a clean CR till November so that we can negotiate. And that's not the case at all. There's a window of stuff that they want to sign on. They basically want checks to stop going out the door based on the big BS bill. And there's reason for this action now. And it wouldn't change anything. Basically, what they're trying to do is punt it closer to Christmas so they can hang that over Democrats' heads. Like, if you're going to fire a bunch of people and do all your shit, then do it now and take your lumps, is essentially what the Democrats are saying to the Republicans. And Trump wants to fire everybody. Now, everybody was like bitching at Schumer for going with a CR and not doing something last time. That's what he was offered this time, and they said no, nothing doing. So we'll see if everybody congratulates him on taking this. I doubt they will. If anything, there's no standard whatsoever. Here's some Canuck bucks you could transfer to Gilead. But oh, thank you. Yes, I'll turn that into some sort of my Sparks meme coin that I'll create. Meanwhile, this is really what's going on. They dragged generals and lieutenants and like 1 star through 4 stars and company leaders, like all these people down, so that Hegseth could give a fucking, like, I don't know, like a TED talk to these guys about what real leadership is, like he would ever fucking know. That part of it was just embarrassing beyond measure. But Trump decided that he wanted to barnacle onto it. He wasn't going to let Hegseth have this, like, you know, his moment in the sun, and stand out in front of him, right? Also, I would like to say for this, like, he increasingly looks like shit. And so my function window argument, I think, is gaining ground by the hour. And the expectation that he might have yet another in a series of ischemic strokes or whatever the fuck is going on with him, there's an argument that he may have had one during this speech. And certainly that he's on a hard fade. So we'll dive straight in, so I won't own your entire evening, but god damn.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Secretary of War.
Oh, this is his whole speech too? Or no? Oh, he comes out and introduces him. Okay.
Well, you've heard from me, so now it's the main event.
I forgot. Yeah, this is... I want to remind everybody, their bench is so deep, and they have so many people that want to work with the administration and be on the board of peace and all that shit, that they're just overflowing with people that can't wait to throw themselves in front of a microphone and blather on about how great Trump is doing. I'm just fucking with you. Everybody has to do 10 jobs because everyone else that knows what the fuck they're doing has, like, made a break for the doors.
In Chief, I have the privilege every single day of watching him put America first, of ensuring that our warfighters have everything they need. His compass is clear. He's easy to follow.
Okay, let's just assume right out of the gate that every, like, definitional phrase that he's putting out there to clarify what he thinks is awesome about Trump is something he is blatantly aware the exact opposite is true. This is like, okay, what am I going to do to intro him? You know, every day what you go through, what he says and how he acts. Yeah, just say he does the opposite and go back out there.
Because you know he has our back.
Well, he's never going to be in front.
Thinking backstage, the man who was the commander-in-chief when the War Department was created was George Washington. The man who was president when the War Department was reestablished is President Trump. And
yeah, they're basically the same. I think the closest thing is that their teeth are interchangeable.
He found out about this gathering of senior leaders. He said,
He didn't find out about it. You called it.
I would be honored to come in
Yeah, that's what he said. He asked very nicely.
order to address and thank the incredible Americans who defend our nation. He has a heart full of gratitude and love for what you do, and we get a chance to see it every day. And I'm honored that this morning you all firsthand get to see it as well. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's what they're going to see. Also, by the way, these are all like lifelong, like military leaders. They've all served in infantry. A lot of them have seen action. They know what real leadership is. They don't need a fucking like learning annex class on it from some poser dickhead and Admiral Bone Spurs.
Join me in welcoming the 45th and 47th President of the United States, our Commander-in-Chief, Donald J. Trump.
Can he not hold his head up anymore? Like, is it all just going to be, like, is it spinal at this point? Because everybody was talking about, like, how Biden had a stiff spine issue. Like, Trump is just always hunched and kind of like this meandery walk everywhere. Was the guy? Was the guy?
Thank you very much, Pete. Great job you're doing, too. Fantastic job.
Fantastic job.
I've never walked into a room so silent before. This is very... Oh, don't laugh. Don't laugh. You're not allowed to do that. You know what? Just have a good time. And if you...
Yeah, it's a party. They flew 8,000 miles or got pulled off of important missions, away from, like, dire national security threats to sit here and listen to you blather for an hour and a half. And you tell them, have fun.
applaud, you applaud. And if you want to do anything you want, you can do anything you want. And if you
Except leave.
don't like what I'm saying, you can leave the room.
Nope.
So there goes your rank, there goes your future. But you just feel nice and loose, okay? Because we're all on the same team. And I was told that, sir, you won't hear a murmur in the room. I said, we got to loosen these guys up a little bit. So you just have a good time. But I want to thank Secretary Hegseth,
Wow.
General Kane, General Raisin Kane for a reason they call him that.
Because he used to be General Grape Cane, but he got older.
When I heard his name, I said, you're the guy I'm looking for. Did you?
Because of the anti-biblical nature of the whole thing, where Cain would be the brother that killed Abel, and you have no idea what the fucking Bible says. So even though it's an ironic title, and I don't think Dan Cain has any issue with that in particular, it's particularly curious if you've got the QAnon crowd puffing you up, Bone Spurs.
Chiefs of staff and so many others in this room who together represent the greatest and most elite fighting force in the history of the world, the United States military. We're very proud of our military. I rebuilt the military during my first term. It's one of the greatest achievements. We had the greatest economy in history, and I built the military. Those are the two things.
I got it. He's now defaulted back to glory days. Young girl's eyes, glory days. Like everything is just a callback to stuff that he thinks no one will bother to refute. So they think it must. He assumes they think it must. He must believe that they must believe him that he's really like it was the greatest economy ever. No, it wasn't. It's never I guess you can't go wrong saying that to a room of people who literally can't tell you no because you're the commander in chief. So no, there's nowhere better to like blather out those lies.
Say more than anything else. And I also kept us safe at the borders. We had very good borders. We didn't have people coming in from jails and prisons and everything like took place over the last 4 years. They'll never forget what happened to this country over the last 4 years with.
Yes, yeah, we know you not being president. Apparently, that was the thing.
The incompetence. There could be no higher honor than to serve as your commander-in-chief. It is a great
Yeah, that's the part he has to read.
honor. I look at you, you're just incredible people. Central casting, I might add. To each and every one of you,
No. They're not performers. It's not a TV show. These people put their actual lives on the line, their entire futures. They write off any other things they might want to do in their lives to dedicate themselves to the military. You fucking second-generation rich kid asshole.
thank you for your unwavering devotion to the armed forces and to the country that we've all sworn a sacred oath to defend. We all have that oath, every one of us. I'm thrilled to be
Yeah, you're just like them. Yeah, you, Admiral Bone Spurs. You basically, when you took your oath, you took the same oath they did, and it's basically you're a war hero at this point. I mean, I don't know why you don't just give yourself the Medal of Honor.
here this morning to address the senior leadership of what is once again known around the world as the Department of War. I know Pete spoke about it. He gave a great speech, I thought. Great speech.
Didn't watch it. He didn't watch it. There's no fucking way he was sitting back there watching whatever, like a 40-minute speech.
I don't want him to get so
Unless he was watching Fox and they played.
good. I hate that. You know? No, I hate it. I almost fired him. I said, you can't, I don't want to go on after that. No, he gave a great speech, but he talked about Department of War. We were sitting there. I said, didn't it used to be called the Department of War? And he goes, yes, sir. They changed it like in the early 50s. So we won the First World War. We won the Second World War.
Oh, did we?
Everything in between.
I think usually it's better if you just say America won, or helped win, clearly. But we especially, it has a weird angle on it when you dodge the draft with the help of your dad and one of his, like, rent-a-doctors.
Everything before that. We only won. And then we went, in a way, woke. That was probably the first sign of wokeness. And we changed it to defense instead of war. And I said,
He's basically insulting everything these guys have done with their lives for the last 50 years. Because nobody there is fucking 70 in the audience.
what do you think? How do you think if we changed it back? Would that be a nice idea? And Pete loved it immediately. Some people thought about it. They gave it a little thought.
Did they a little? All right, well, at least they did their homework.
In the end, we did it. And I have to be honest, it's so popular. I thought it would be met with fury on the left, but they're sort of giving up, I must be honest with you. They've had it. They've had it with Trump. They've been after me for so many years now. Here we are. Here we are. Come to the White House anytime you'd like. No, they've given up.
He means because he has to meet with them after this, and he already broke the other meeting order. So after this speech, that was when he had the meetings with the Democrats and like about the the shutdown.
A lot of bad people, but all over, that's been so popular. It's been very popular. I really thought that we were going to have to sort of fight it through. There's been no fight. There's been no fight. Like what I called the Gulf of America, the Gulf of America, because to me it was always the Gulf of America. I could never
Yeah, that's what most people thought of it that way too. Yeah.
understand. We have 92% of the frontage.
It's true. We do have 92% of the frontage. And Mexico has 100% of the backage.
And for years, actually 350 years, they were there before us. It was called the Gulf of Mexico. I just had this idea. I'm looking at a map. I'm saying, we have most of the frontage. Why is it Gulf of Mexico? Why isn't it the Gulf of America? And I made the change, and it went smoothly. I mean, we had a couple of fake news outlets that refused to make the change. And then one of them, AP, took us to court, and we won. And the judge, who was a somewhat liberal judge, said, the name is the Gulf of America, because AP refused to call it the Gulf of America. They wrote, they're not a good outfit, by the way. They call it the Gulf of Mexico. I said, no, the Gulf of America.
I'm so glad these generals stopped what they were doing, protecting the United States from foreign threats, to come and listen to this dickhead blather about rebranding.
The name. And the judge actually said that, in fact, you can't even go into the room because what you're doing is not appropriate. The name is the Gulf of America. Google Maps changed the name. Everybody did, but
You can't even go into the room? What? Wait, what?
the name is the Gulf of...
Hold on.
No, the Gulf of America is the name. And the judge actually said that, in fact, you can't even go into the room because what you're doing is not appropriate. The name is the Gulf of...
Sorry, there's a special room for addressing bodies of water?
America. Google Maps changed the name. Everybody did, but AP wouldn't, and
Jesus.
then we won in court. How about that? Isn't that so cool? The secretary...
It's so cool.
Hegseth beautifully described the name change reflects far more than the shift in branding. It's really a historic reassertion of our purpose and our identity and our pride. That's when we go with the word war. And you know, we want war because...
Sorry, but we have war pride now? Holy shit.
We want to have no wars, but you have to...
But when we have a war, we want to be proud of it. So basically what he's saying is like that big military parade he had was a big pride march, I guess. That's exactly how he wants everybody to look at it.
You know, sometimes you have to do it. I have settled so many wars since we're here. We're here almost 9 months, and I've settled 7. And yesterday we might have settled the biggest of them all, although I don't know. Pakistan, India was very big. Both nuclear powers, I settled that.
No, you didn't. They settled it on their own.
But yesterday could be the settlement in the Middle East. That hasn't happened for 3,000 years. I said, how long?
How long has this been going on? 3,000 years. We can fix that this week.
You've been fighting 3,000 years, sir. That's a long time.
No, they didn't say that. No one said how long. He didn't ask. Oh, my God. How long have you been fighting? About 3,000 years. You look great.
But we got it, I think, settled. We'll see. Hamas has to agree.
Yeah, I suppose that would be a part of it. Yeah. You mean the side you're not meeting with in your own office?
And if they don't, it's going to be very tough on them, but it is what it is. But all of the Arab nations, Muslim nations have agreed.
No, actually, no. Apparently, you changed a bunch of the fucking details after the meeting with Netanyahu, and a bunch of the Europeans. Hold on, drink. A bunch of the European countries were like, they got pissed. Hold on. Because this literally was like a story like yesterday, right after his stupid meeting. Middle Eastern leaders, Trump, Gaza plan, whatever. Let's see. World awaits months. Yeah, that's the 10. Plan pros and media ends. If ceasefire, that was in the conversation. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, everybody joined in on it, and then as soon as he came out and said what was in it, they all went, "Hang on a second, that's not what we were promised." So yeah, so all the parties, all the thing. Let's realize people say, yeah, it's all SEO'd. The Trump Gaza plan's genius lies in its inevitable failure. That's the title of a Middle East Forum article. Moscow is trying 3 or 4. Yeah, they got 3 or 4 days to respond. These leaders. Yeah, here's the, okay, there's the one. Trump, he's like, yeah, these are the earlier ones. Hold on. It's the conversation. Most Arab countries are backing the 20-point sketch. Officials from these countries reportedly met their U.S. counterparts on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly. Multiple reasons for backing. Arab Muslim leaders just want the mass killing of Gaza civilians to stop. Gaza Elementary says over 66,000 Palestinians have been killed. At the same time, they're concerned about regional security. This is the Trump peace plan. Here's the story so far. This is Hamas's reaction. Trump peace plan ignores the interests of the Palestinian people. Hamas official tells the BBC. I mean, it's basically done. And look at that. You can clean that up in a week, can't you? Uh-huh.
Israel has agreed. It's an amazing thing. It just came together.
Of course Israel agreed. It's their plan.
War is very strange. You never know what's going to happen with war.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they know that. You guys know that.
The easiest one of them all is Putin. I said, number one, it's a war that would have never happened if I were president of the election.
It's the easiest one of all. I think he misspoke. He usually says it's the one I thought was the easiest.
Weren't rigged.
Sorry, it's the easiest, though. Now it's the easiest.
I were president, that war would have never happened. Not even a little chance. And it didn't happen for 4 years. But I knew Putin very well, and I thought that would be easy because I know him so well.
Thought it would be easy.
That one turned out to be the hardest of them all. We had...
Yeah, because basically the Gazan war is over. I mean, right? It's basically done. I mean, put a pin in it. It's done.
Some that were not settleable, and they all got settled.
Not settleable. Yeah, Albania and Azerbaijan.
So if this works out that we did yesterday with the Middle East, then that's more than a war. That's lots of wars. That's all combined.
Oh, thanks, Ron.
That's a lot of wars. Many of you were over there in many different capacities in many different countries. That's a big part of the earth.
It is. It is. I mean, say what you will, but when you're right, you're right. It's a big part of the earth. Fuck me. He just wants to give a speech in front of a big fucking patent flag.
But if that works out, it would be 8+. I could give myself 2 or 3 for that one.
You're going to give yourself 2 or 3 A+, are you? So you're grading your own scale at this point for the thing that you said would be easy and you said you could solve in one fucking phone call. You still can't solve it. And if it ever does get solved because Russia, collapses or loses because the Europeans are still backing Ukraine, you're going to give yourself multiple A+. Jesus.
And then we just have the one to settle, and we have to settle it up with President Putin. And
yeah, just the one left. I mean, basically, Middle East peace is handled.
You got to get them together and get it done. But the only way we can do that is through strength. I mean, if we were weak, they wouldn't even take my phone call. But
first of all, who's we? Secondly, the Ukrainians are fighting this war. All right. At this point, I don't even know why the fuck. So what are you gonna? Are you saying that we need the ability to threaten the existence of Russia just to bring them to the table? That effectively what this is all about is you're threatening Russia with annihilation, so they'll take your call.
We have extreme strength. We had the horror show in Afghanistan, which is really the reason I think that Putin went in. He saw that horror show by Biden and his team.
That horror show? You mean us leaving?
Competent people. And that showed, I think it gave him a path in. I wasn't there any longer. I watched that and it was so horrible. I think it was the most embarrassing day in the history of our country. And now we're back. And that's it. We're not going to have any of that crap happen, I can tell you. That was terrible, so terrible.
Jesus Christ. It's like listening to him ramble in a corner of a bar by himself. Also, for all the Trump's the peace president assholes that maggots still have hanging on, you do realize this asshole wants to go back into Afghanistan. That the embarrassing part was that we actually managed to leave. Not the method by which we left, None of that stuff. Because ever since he's been saying we were going to get out with, beauty and strength, and we're going to like gold leaf everything on our way out the door, but we were going to keep Bagram, which, by the way, explain to me how you can leave a country and stay.
Together we're reawakening the warrior spirit, and this is a spirit that won and built this nation, and from the cavalry that tamed the Great Plains to
Oh boy. We're getting the Wikipedia stuff now.
the ferocious, unyielding power of Patton Bradley and the great General Douglas MacArthur. These are all great men.
Yes, they know. These men who are in the audience, by and large, patterned their life after these people. You tried to avoid actually being in. Hold on, I want to bring this up. Where is this? I think I have it somewhere. Yeah.
Military institutions and their installations.
Hydrosonic, I call it super duper.
That was back when he actually spoke at the pace of a living being.
First new branch of the U.S. Armed Forces in
Force.
75 years, Space Force. Not since the Air Force.
Not since the ass force.
Heard that Saudi Arabia and Russia will repeat your.
Yeah, and and then I thought we had where is it? Our army manned the airports. I've got that. Oh, here it is.
Our army manned the airports. It ran the ramparts. It took over the airports. It did everything it had to do.
Look, you can't argue with history. Okay.
In this effort, we're a team, and so my message to you is very simple. I am with you, I support you, and as president, I have your backs 100%. You'll never see me even waver a little bit. It's the way it is.
You just sent warships to fucking Venezuela to do the DEA's job.
That includes our...
And you've got them fucking shooting, like, fishing boats out of the water. Whether they have drugs in them or not, nobody fucking knows.
Police
It's
officers.
certainly not warships, that's for goddamn sure.
And firemen and all of these people that are doing so well. Together over the next few years, we're going to make our military stronger, tougher, faster, fiercer, and more powerful than it has ever.
And smaller and bigger and slower and sneakier and louder and sexier and yet more subtle and coy.
Been before. I rebuilt our nuclear, as you probably know, but we'll upgrade that all.
Yeah, they're pretty much up on their budgets and stuff, yeah.
And just hope we never have to use it. We have to hope we never have to use it.
I see. So it's a message of hope, is what you're saying.
Because the power of that is so incredible.
It is. I'm sure a bunch of them were thinking that the last time they were actually stationed on a nuclear submarine before you called them away to listen to this fucking drivel. I was just sitting there next to the fucking nukes going, wow, incredible. What? Oh, I've got to go listen to this dickhead tell me they're incredible. Guys, bring me to the surface. A helicopter is taking me to a ship so I can catch a fucking plane to fly to D.C. so I can listen to the civilian leadership tell me how important my fucking job is while I was doing it. Trump is like the wife in Faulty Towers, calling, like, don't forget to hang the moose. I'm hanging it, you stupid woman. I'm in the middle of it right now.
You see things, I don't think they'd show it to you. I really wouldn't want them to show it to you.
What, footage of nukes being tested in the desert from 1950? What are you talking about?
But when you see the result of what's left, you never want to use that. Never. Never.
What are you talking about? There's no new footage, thank God, of nukes blowing up a city, asshole.
We were a little bit threatened by Russia recently, and I sent a submarine, nuclear.
Yeah, yeah. Some of the guys in the audience were actually running those fucking subs, and you pulled them back so that they could listen to you ramble on about what a tough guy you are.
Submarine, the most lethal weapon ever made. Number one, you can't detect it. There's no way. We're 25 years ahead of Russia and China in submarines. Russia's actually second in submarines.
Can you do me a favor? Why don't you just tell these guys about golf? Because it's probably it's probably the only thing you know more about than some of them there. While you're at it, why don't you tell them, like how serious marching is and how much energy it takes, and man, it's exhausting.
Is third, but they're coming up. They're coming up. They're way lower in nuclear too, but in 5 years they'll be equal. They're coming up, and you don't have to be that good with nuclear. You could have 1/20th what you have now and still do the damage that would be, that'd be so horrendous.
Well, then why rebuild the nuclear once they're reached a certain point? That isn't the return on investment negligible? I rebuilt nuclear, even though technically speaking they'll catch up with us in 5 years, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's way more than you need. Even with one, it's just once you get it started, it's all a cascade anyway. So,
but I announced that, based on his mention of nuclear, and it was really a stupid person that works for him mentioned the word nuclear, I moved a submarine or two. I won't say about the two.
You just said about the two, stupid. I won't say how many, two of them that I sent. He does this all the time, by the way. I don't want to say, but I sent nuclear submarines. But I sent nuclear submarines.
Over to the coast of Russia.
Don't you mean the frontage?
Just to be careful, because we
Just to be careful. No, that's a threat. You didn't move anti-ballistic missile batteries into Finland.
let people throw around that word. I call it the N-word.
Why? Because you wish you could say it as often as you say the other one?
There are two N-words, and you can't use either of them.
You just used the first one, I guess, or the second one, depending on how you look at it, a bunch of times. So I guess we should expect at any point your brain fail is just going to lead to you using the other one in public?
You can't use either of them. And frankly,
you sound disappointed.
If it does get to use, we have more than anybody else.
I hope you mean nuclear.
We have better, we have newer, but it's something we don't ever want to even have to think about. But when somebody mentions it, that submarine started immediately thereafter.
Thereafter, it did. It started. So it's basically on autopilot. Like anybody. So Medvedev mentions nuking us or something, or threatening, and they just automatically start up. They just run by AI now.
And it's just lurking, but I'm sure we're not going to have to use it.
Oh, it's still there. Okay, thanks. Breaking news. What an asshole.
But it's an amazing. It's undetectable. Totally.
Well, it was until you told people basically where it was.
There's a totally detectable. We can detect them easily. We go right.
Yes, they are detectable. Meanwhile, you're detestable. So I guess we'll call it even.
The spot, but we have genius apparatus that doesn't allow detection. It doesn't allow
genius apparatus
detection at all by anybody above water or below water.
Yeah, even the guys in it don't know where it is. It's completely undetectable. It's like Wonder Woman's airplane. They have to wander around. Somebody have to swim out to it until they bump into something, and then they climb inside. Throw some baking soda on the porthole so I know how to get in. Bring us to surface. What do I use? The controls are invisible.
Incredible. We're way ahead of everybody in that.
Well, 5 years.
And other things. As a result of the exciting renewal of the spirit of our armed forces, and that's what it is.
It totally is. It's a renewal of the spirit of our armed forces. It's a renewal of the spirit.
It's really reaching that spirit, unprecedented
Yeah, this feels like a reach.
heights. Over the past 8 months, new enlistments, I'm so proud of this, have surged to record highs, the highest we've ever had.
They've met quota. It's not record highs.
And we used to have recruiting shortages. If you remember, about a year and a half ago,
Because whenever unemployment gets really low, it's harder to recruit people in the military. But if unemployment starts to go back up, especially regionally throughout red states, then recruitment goes up because that's the only jobs available. By the way, which is one of the reasons why Trump has disdain for enlisted people, because he thinks it's a way for them to burst through the class barriers that he insists are good for, well, definitely good for Eric and Don.
at the beginning stage of a campaign, and things came out that you couldn't get people to join the armed forces. And by the way, the police also. Fire department. I always put the fire department in because they're great.
Yeah, thanks. Good. Yeah, basically. So let me guess. You're gonna arm them with with the N word.
Right. And I got 95% of their vote too. That helps. When you get 95% of their vote, you always have to mention them. But they're great, and they're brave in our inner cities, which we're going to be talking about because it's a big part of war now. It's a big part of.
No, it is not.
But the firemen go up on ladders, and you have people shooting at them while they're up.
This is what happens when someone who lives in a bubble spends all their time on Twitter. Holy shit.
I don't even know if anybody heard that, and I said, don't talk about it much, but I think you have to. Our firemen.
Sorry, you guys didn't hear about this? I told people not to talk about it. Why? Because it doesn't happen?
Incredible. They're up on one of these ladders that goes way up to the sky.
No, I'm fairly certain it just goes up to the top of whatever building. Maybe that's why it's so dangerous. Are they base jumping or are they fighting fires? Oh God. We'll tell your son I said hi. Hello.
Rescuing people, and you have animals shooting at them, shooting bullets at firemen that are way up in death territory. You fall off that ladder.
Way up in death territory. That's what the like the sequel to Backdraft is called. Backdraft 2, Death Territory.
It's over. They don't even have to inspect you.
Yeah, they just leave you there, I guess. There's no way he could have made it. He's moaning. Leave him. He fell from death territory.
You hit the ground.
This is so awful. They don't even have to look. They know how you died. They just heard the thump.
People shooting bullets at them in some of these inner cities.
So they're not even going, was he shot? Did the bullet kill him? I don't know. Just, he hit the ground. I mean, but he's dead. That's all you need to know.
We're not going to let that happen. So I always mention the fire.
Well, apparently it did. Recently?
Because that's actually a big problem we have.
Is it? It's a big problem. Happens all the time, does it? So statistically, it's becoming what's being shot off of a ladder that is well above any structure and I guess right over the fire, perhaps, but well above where they could actually get off the thing without a parachute. Being shot while you're there is now, what is it, the third cause of death for firemen?
They are unbelievable. Like you, they're unbelievable people. For the first time.
Yes, like this is an unbelievable story.
Record in 2025, the Navy, Air Force, and Space Force all met or surpassed their recruiting goals 3 months.
Met or surpassed. Right. Met. They all met it. Like that's what he means as a record. Oh, I believe you, it gets worse.
early. That never happened before.
It's happened a lot of times, especially like 9/11, other times, and again, it's when there's a shift in unemployment. 2009, there was a lot of people joining.
The Army did even better. Congratulations, Army. They met everything, and these were the highest standards because
They met everything.
we're making it larger. So these were much higher standards than you had 4 years ago, 3 years ago, during the Sleepy Joe Biden era. And the Army did it 4 months early. And you remember, a year and a half ago, they said the big stories that we're way behind with the Army, Air Force, the Navy, the Marines, we're way behind.
Yeah, because apparently people had other options.
Coast Guard, and even Space Force. I love Space Force because that was my creation, you know.
Oh yeah, it's better than the ass force.
First new branch of the U.S. Armed Forces in 75 years, Space Force. Not since the Air Force.
Yep, not since the ass force. Ass force, assemble! Not since the ass force.
Create something. I love it. And the people we put in there were good. I got that right. We put in great people initially, and we've really dominated. We really dominate in that sphere now.
The sphere, you mean the atmosphere?
We're way behind China and Russia, and now we dominate. Space Force turned out to be a very important thing. I said from the beginning, you know, when Biden came into office, he wanted to terminate it. He said, and this thing called Space Force, so we could get rid of that. And he got...
Yeah, I remember what he said. Remember that speech? And we get rid of that speech.
By the people in this room for even suggesting it, because it's very important, one of the most important.
Yeah, no, the commander-in-chief didn't catch shit from the leadership of the military. They don't ever, because they can't. They're not supposed to. They don't give a fuck. They're here to protect the country and live on, and they sign an oath. They declare an oath to the Constitution, protect the citizenry. They're not there because they like the fucking president. Otherwise, we'd have been in deep shit a long time ago.
And as time goes by, it'll get more and more important. But we're now at 106% of our recruiting targets.
Damn, 106%. Who are the other 6 guys?
For the year, and that's the best in far more than a generation. And for the Marines, morale is so strong that the Marine Corps will meet its 2026 retention targets before the end of October, which never happens. And that's the earliest it's ever happened
Retention.
in the history of our country.
Because people are staying in as opposed to getting out. Because the cost of living.
And it makes you feel good, you know. I felt guilty. I'd go make a speech in front of never people like you. You are the leaders. But
Yes, technically they are the leaders. You guys, not you guys. You guys are the leaders. I mean the rabble.
soldiers. And I felt embarrassed because there'd be stories about, you know, we couldn't fill up our Army, Navy, Air Force. We couldn't fill them.
Sorry, the soldiers told you this?
And it was headlines. It was during Biden's 4 years. The auto pen, I call him the auto pen. It's, how would you like to have your thing signed by an auto pen? You know, when I have a general and I have to sign for a general because we have beautiful paper, the gorgeous paper, I said throw.
Yes, the gorgeous paper. It's so big. How big are these things or whatever? Are you tagging an underpass?
More gold on it, they deserve it. I want the A paper, not the D paper.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You don't want the D paper.
We used to sign a piece of garbage. I said, this man's going to be a general, right? Yeah. I don't want to use this. I want to use the big, beautiful, firm paper.
Yes. Yes. I think every general there feels a lot better about the fact that you were fondling his fucking promotion.
I want to use the real gold writing when you talk about the position, and they're beautiful. But how would you like to have that where some kid sitting in the back office is having it signed with an auto pen? I thought about it, and I thought about you people first, admirals, generals. I said, somebody works his whole life. He gets into maybe the academies or wherever, but however
Yeah, wherever. I mean, whatever you guys do, I haven't paid that much attention.
got there, and you go through years of work, and now you become an admiral or a general or whatever.
Oh, yeah, you do.
And when you do, the President of the United States signs your commission, as you know, and that commission is.
Hold on one second. Are we up on Insta? I want to make sure that I'm checking that. Nope. Hold on. Nah, now we are. Sorry. Yeah, that was off. Beg your pardon. All right, we're here now. We're good. I had to throw that in there. There you go. Where'd he go? Here we go.
Beautifully displayed, and I sign it. Actually, I love my signature. I really do.
Jesus Christ. What a fucking toddler.
Loves my signature.
Everybody loves my signature. He says to people who lost troops in Afghanistan.
But I signed it very proudly, and I always think to myself, how can you have an auto pen sign this? It's just so disrespectful to me.
They don't. Those are hand signed. What you're talking about, the auto pen, is like invitations to shit.
It's totally disrespectful. And
By the way, raise your hand in the chat room, especially if you're a maggot, if you actually believe this asshole signed all 1,600 pardons from January 6th by hand. When did he do that? When some week in January, he sat down over the course of a day or two, and he just hand signed the Jan 6 pardon after just 1,600 of them. That's what he did during that time. No golf, no nothing. He just sat there. This big say, okay, who's this person? I don't give a shit. They beat their wife, whatever. Who gives a shit, right? 1,600 of them.
out that almost everything he did was signed by auto pen, except for when he gave his son Hunter pardon. He signed that one, and that's actually the worst signature I've ever seen. That was the bad. The auto pen looks much better.
Oh, so you're saying, technically speaking, that's definitely legit. He signed his own, so you can't go after his kid because he actually signed that one. That's your argument? Cool.
But as leaders, our commitment to every patriot who put on the uniform is to ensure that American military remains the most lethal and dominant on the planet, not merely for a few years, but for the decades and generations to come, for centuries. We must be
eternity. I mean, if we're going to have eternal peace in the Middle East, obviously we're going to have the strength to nuke them.
Strong that no nation will dare challenge us, so powerful that no enemy will dare threaten us, and so capable that no adversary can even think about beating us.
So we're basically just going to build a Death Star, is what you're saying.
And we've had it recently. I had India and Pakistan were going at it. And I called them both. And in this case, I used trade. I'm not going to trade with you. You start two nuclear nations, big nuclear.
If you guys nuke each other, I'm not going to sell you chlorophyll tablets for for people who have radiation sickness.
No, you cannot do that. I said,
oh my God. Sorry, who are you calling that can't speak proper English from either of those countries? No, you cannot do this. Who are you calling, please? I'm the President of the United States. Sure you are. Okay, dum-dum. Call back when you're not so stupid. No, you cannot do this. You must allow me to nuke my neighbor so that I can trade. Continue. You have to trade with me while I nuke my neighbor.
I can. You go into this frickin' war that I'm hearing about. You know, actually,
they were already in it.
Shut down 7 planes. 7 planes. It was starting. There was a lot of bad blood. And I said, you do this, there's not going to be any trade. And
do what? They were literally in it.
Stop the war. It was raging for 4 days, but that was just the beginning.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that big 4-day war.
and we stopped it. It was a great thing. And the Prime Minister of Pakistan was here, along with the Field Marshal, who's a very important guy in Pakistan.
He totally is. What was his name again? What was this guy's name again?
And he was here 3 days ago. And I didn't even realize it as beautiful as he said it, but he said that to a group of people that were with us.
He said,
I had a beat off.
no, what did he say?
But a group. He said this man saved millions of lives because he saved the war from going on, and that war was going to get very bad, very, very bad. President Trump saved millions and millions of lives. That was
Sorry. So the field marshal was like, if you hadn't stopped us, we'd have nuked fucking Delhi.
a bad war. And I was very honored. I loved the
We were gonna nuke Calcutta. We were just gonna we were gonna find population centers and just nuke the shit out of them. If you hadn't called and threatened to take away our Ozempic shipments.
He said it. Susie Wiles was there. She said that was the most beautiful thing. We saved a lot of.
Sorry, did she tell you that's what he said? Because it sounds like she's the one who hears a lot of this stuff, and she relays it to you after she's done having a meeting.
Saved a lot of them. Even in Africa, we saved the Congo.
He did. He totally saved the Congo.
With Rwanda. They've been fighting for 31 years, 10 million people dead. I got that one done.
You did. You got it done, man. Obviously, militia groups still fighting there to this day. Same shit still going on.
And very proud of it. So if this works out.
If. Excuse me, you declared eternal peace yesterday. It's done.
Of 8 in 8 months. That's pretty good. Nobody's ever done that. Will you get the Nobel Prize? Absolutely not. They'll give it to some guy that didn't do a damn thing. They'll give it to a guy that wrote a book about the mind of Donald Trump and what it took to solve the wars. And he'll get the Nobel Prize will go to a writer. Now,
he's worried that Michael Wolff is going to get a Nobel Prize for exposing the Epstein stuff. And that's what that is. By the way, that's what that brain fart thought, whatever the fuck that was, that just came out of it. Where a writer, who the fuck? That's why. He's afraid that Michael Wolff is going to get a Nobel Prize, and I think he's mixing it up with like a Pulitzer for exposing his connections to Epstein. That's what that is. Just so you know.
well, let's see what happens, but it's
Yeah, let's see. Uh-huh.
be a big insult to our country. I will tell you that. I don't want it. I want the country to get it.
Yes, to America, the Nobel Peace Prize, sure.
It should get it because there's never been anything like it. Think of it. So if this happens, I think it will. I don't say that lightly because I know more about deals than anybody. This is what my whole life was based on.
Oh, yeah. That's what the eyebrow raise is. Uh-huh. I don't say that lightly. Huh?
And they can change, and this can certainly change.
Sure.
But we have just about everybody. We have one signature that we need, and
Yes, there are two parties, and one of them still hasn't signed on to it.
that signature will pay in hell if they don't sign. I hope they sign.
They'll pay in hell if they don't sign. I mean, the man knows deal making. Yeah.
For their own good, and we create something really good.
Sorry, by the way, what the fuck does that mean? If they don't sign, they've got 3 days to accept the deal, and then what? Is that what all the nukes are for?
But to have done 8 of them is just like such an honor.
It is. It is.
And then we have Putin and Zelensky. The easiest one of them all. I said, that one I'll get done. I thought that was going to be first. The other was much harder, some of them. Azerbaijan this was going on for 36 years.
Still can't remember the other country. Armenia can't, just Azerbaijan, the whole war, and The War of Azerbaijan.
They said it's not solvable, so you can't
No, yeah, it's not. It's just not.
do it. I said, I will do it. I will do it. And I got on the phone with the two countries. They were great.
What was the other country?
They were great. I knew
Yeah.
immediately. I knew as soon as
Oh yeah, I knew it. I was like, is that an Albanian accent?
I started talking to them, we're going to solve that war. And we did. Now they're so happy. Now they're friends. When
They're totally friends. You're right. They totally buried the hatchet.
he's been president for 32 years, 22 years. He said, for 22 years, I did nothing but kill his people. They were in the room together at the
Oh yeah, who's the other guy?
Oval Office. And they started off spread like this. I have the beautiful Resolute desk. And one was here, and one was here.
And you just started jerking. And then who came first? That's all I just want. Like, did it matter? Was that a part of the negotiation? And so you were jerking off these two world leaders. Then what? Then what happened? And then I woke up and I had a dream I was skiing.
You couldn't get further away. That's the furthest I've ever seen two people.
in a circle jerk, certainly. And then, sorry, please continue. Oh, sorry.
In front of me. And as the hour went by, they got closer, closer, closer.
Until their dicks touched. What the fuck?
And at the end of the hour, we had it done. And they hugged and hugged and hugged. And I said, that's so nice. And you're going to remain friends. And I spoke to them, one of them the other day. He said, no, he's now my friend.
See, that's
For 22 years, he's been
see,
the
that's
head of... as
yeah. See, and a lot of people think that just a little homoeroticism, well placed, can solve a lot of the world's problems. I would argue that it would relax J.D. Vance a lot. Right? Yeah. By the end of it, they were space docking. I mean, look, if there's a bunch, we all know there's a bunch of world leaders that if they were just allowed in their societies to be open about who they truly are, the world would be a much more peaceful place. And now it's amazing. But Azerbaijan and Armenia and Albania and Somalia apparently all have the same national anthem.
Investor thongs, whoa, I love that feeling. Zipper hoods have got the goods, owie, owie, oh. Points and thongs, investor thongs, whoa, I love that feeling. Zipper hoods have got the goods, owie, owie, oh. Boink, boink, doobie-doo, you know what I wanna do. Yay! Boink, boink, doobie-doo, you know what I wanna do. Bust up.
So okay. So, anyways, congratulations to Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Albania and Somalia. I would be happy to perform your gay marriage. I honestly would. I'm ordained, and I've done that. I've done a couple of gay marriages, so I'd be glad to whatever service I can, in the name of peace, obviously.
on for 22 years. And the other guy, great guy too, 7.
Oh,
And you know that war, that was a war that was not
Oh, the other guy, great guy, great. That guy, kidding me? That guy's great. What's his name again?
solvable.
Prime Minister, great guy.
For 7 years, the other one said for 22 years, all I did was kill his people. That's all I've done. I said, well, we're going to put a stop to that. So we solved that. So it's a great thing. It's a great feeling. You're saving.
It is a great feeling. It's in many ways it's a new feeling. Sure. All right. Sorry.
Kosovo and Serbia. You're saving so many lives doing this if you can do it.
Yeah, if you can do it, if you know how to make a deal. Yeah. Meanwhile,
This is some bullshit. We see through it.
uh-huh.
But our people deserve nothing less than the very best, and we're never going to let them down. And if we can solve wars instead of you having to fight wars, wouldn't that be wonderful, right? Wouldn't that
Wouldn't it? We should think about that.
be wonderful? That's why
Maybe if we had a Department of Peace. What kind of ridiculousness?
one of the first executive orders I signed upon taking office was to restore the principle of merit. That's the most important word.
Oh, it's super important. They underlined it in my teleprompter. It says right there, merits in all caps.
Other than the word tariff, I love tariffs. Most beautiful word. But I'm not allowed to say that anymore. I said tariff is my favorite word. I love the word tariff. You know, we're becoming rich as hell.
Nope.
We have a big case in front of the Supreme Court, but I can't imagine. Because this is what other nations have done to us. And we have.
Yeah, but they use their parliamentary system to create whatever tariffs they're involved in. They don't have to hijack them. The prime minister or the president of those countries doesn't have to hijack that power from the rest of the government, because if it's functional, it actually works. You can go to your co-equal branches and convince them. It should be self-evident, one would think.
You know, great legal grounds and all, but you still have a case. It would be very bad if something happened. But I said, my favorite word in the English dictionary is the word.
Not the language, just in the dictionary. We all know, obviously, there are a lot of words in the language that aren't in the dictionary, sure.
Tariff. And people thought that was strange.
Uh-huh.
The fake news came over and they really hit me hard on it. They said, what about love? What about.
Yeah, that's what they say. What about love? Don't you want someone to care about you? It wasn't the press. It was actually the band Heart.
Religion? What about God? What about wife, family?
Notice you went to wife third.
I got killed when I said tariff is my favorite word. So
By the way, no, he didn't. Not from the press, because his right-wing flank of evangelicals were like, don't you mean Jesus?
change. It's now my fifth favorite word. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But they hit me hard.
No, they hit me hard about that, about forgetting about what's important in life, you know, especially because I courted evangelicals and I've never gone to church. In the same way that I'm pretending to be one of you guys and I got 5 deferments.
It is. I mean, when you look at, we've taken in trillions of dollars. We're rich again. And
Oh, so rich or whatever. You poor motherfuckers out there in the red states and in poor areas, that's your fault. The country's very rich. You are fucked.
never be, when we finish this out, there'll never be any wealth like what we have.
I agree. There won't be any wealth like what you have in your head.
Other countries were taking advantage of us for years and years. You know that better than anybody.
Why? Why would they know that better than anybody? They've been busy fighting, like, the countries that are trying to kill us. They give a rat fuck about trade.
And now we're treating them fairly. But the money coming in is, we've never seen anything like it. The other
Yeah, we still haven't seen it.
day they had $31 billion that they found. $31 billion.
Oh, they found $31 billion. We've lost $1.5 trillion worth of wealth. But, you know, please tell me about $30 billion.
So we found $31 billion and we're not sure from where it came.
Probably some meme coin.
A gentleman came in, a financial guy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, then why didn't you say so? I'm guessing it came from financial guy's area.
I said, well, what does that mean? He said, we don't know where it came. I said, check the tariff shelf.
Check the tariff shelf.
Sir, the tariffs haven't started in that sector yet. I said, yes, they have. They started 7 weeks ago. Check it. Comes back 20 minutes later. Sir, you're right. It came from tariffs. 31 billion. That's enough to buy a lot of battleships, Admiral.
No, it isn't.
To use an old term. I think we should maybe start thinking about battleships, by the way. You know, we have a Secretary of the Navy came to me because I look at the Iowa out in California.
They're all battleships. They're just for different functions. We have super carriers.
Look at different ships in the old pictures. I used to watch Victory at Sea. I love Victory at Sea. Look at these admirals. It's got to be your all-time in black and white.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they watch Victory at Sea.
When I look at those ships, they came with the destroyers alongside of them, and man, nothing was going to stop. They were 20 deep, and they were in a straight line. And
oh, that's so they didn't know they were coming. It's like, yeah, I see. It's like the Tuscan Raiders, you know. So there's only one set of bantha tracks.
There was nothing going to stop them, and we actually talk about, you know, those ships. Some people would say, no, that's old technology. I don't know. I don't think it's
It is.
old technology when you look at those guns, but
It's in black and white for a reason, dumbass.
something we're actually considering, the concept of battleship. Nice 6-inch side, solid steel.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We don't have any ships that have hulls like that. That's a hull, let me tell you.
Aluminum.
What are you doing? Measuring it with your dick and a copy of your dick?
That melts if it looks at a missile coming at it.
And another copy of your dick?
Starts melting as the missile's about 2 miles away.
What the fuck?
No, those ships, they don't make them that way anymore, but you
Yeah, for a reason.
look at it, and your secretary likes it, and I'm sort of open to it. And
Your secretary likes it. He wants to call things battleships. He doesn't want the fucking ships that were made in the fucking 30s, asshole.
bullets are a lot
Yeah,
less.
those cotton candy ships. We've just got to stop. We got to stop knitting ships. I think it's just so. What's the phrase I'm looking for? Yeah, that's the thing. We got to stop with these big pink pride flag ships that are knitted out of cotton.
Of the missiles, a lot of reasons. I should take a vote, but I'm afraid to take that vote because I may get voted out on that one. But I tell you, it's something we're seriously considering.
Sure, call the super carriers battleships. Nobody gives a fuck.
They were powers. They were big powers.
They were big powers.
About as mean and scary as you could be.
No, they weren't.
And so we're looking at that.
We are looking at that. They were mean and scary. You know, they had like teeth painted on the front of the boat and all that. That was the shit. You know what's really scary is a canoe full of engines from those old westerns. You guys, I watch those westerns when they would just come down, you know, like in the Revenant, where they're just, we should think about canoes again. I'll probably get voted out again on that one. We should, yeah, you know, hand chop our own boats like the macho studs we are, right, guys? I mean, not me, you guys, obviously.
Biggest cases that we won was the decision of the United States Supreme Court to allow us to proceed on the word merit. So those two words are right up there.
Yeah, merit and merit.
So this is,
And proceed. I guess those two words, proceed and merit,
say the opposite.
or supreme and court.
You ask for a definition. The opposite of political correctness. We went through political correct, where you had to have people that were totally unfit to be doing what you're doing for many reasons. I won't get into them.
Yeah, please don't.
But for many reasons, they were unfit.
I think because of the other N-word and because woman, I'm guessing. Is that what you're talking about?
Now, it's all based on merit. That was such an unbelievable decision. I didn't expect we were going to win that one. We went in. We said we needed it. We went in for colleges, you know, where...
Yeah, you still have to pass the fitness test to get into the military. There was never a chance that you could bypass like merit and boot camp. Of course we're doing it in fucking colleges.
Kids with a C average are getting into the best colleges,
Nope.
and the kids with A averages won't get in, and kids with the highest boards and the highest marks and the best marks couldn't get into.
Yeah, because some second generation rich kid asshole would get to bypass everyone because of they'd be either a legacy admission or
Best
money.
and people that had not good boards and not very good marks.
Not good boards. That sounds terrible.
Okay, but nothing special. They were getting into our best colleges. I said, this is just crazy. You can't run a country like this.
You don't run a country like this. You run a school like that, and that's up to them.
And it was lingering for years. And
It totally was lingering. That's the thing. It's one of those lingering things.
it got to the Supreme Court, and we won that decision. Merit, everything's based on merit. You're all based on merit. We're not-
Well, I'm sure they feel better for you pointing at them and saying that, yeah.
have somebody taking your place for political reasons because they are politically correct, and you're not. We take the people that are going to do the best
What is this, 1992?
job. That's all. It's very simple. And that's the way our country was built. We were built on merit. We got away from it for a long time.
Yeah, otherwise you would have never been in a position of power.
And everyone understands it. And it was done. It was approved. I give great credit to the Supreme Court because I thought they had tremendous courage. I didn't think they'd do that. That was tremendous. I give them maybe for that decision almost more than anything because it's a hard decision to make. It's really hard.
No, it isn't. By the way, like the case about merit in college and university admissions wasn't brought by the fucking Trump administration. I mean, you could argue that his people in place did it, but it was like a group of Asian students by and large.
Apparatus of our country was not set up for merit. It was set up for political correctness. And you can never be great if you're going to do that. And we're going to be greater than we ever were before. We're bringing back a focus on fitness, ability, character, and strength. And
Oh, so you're stepping down.
that's because the purposes of American military
America
is not to protect anyone's feelings. It's to protect our republic. And it's the republic that we dearly love. It's to
Isn't
protect
it,
our
though?
country. We will not be politically correct when
It's like, is it Forbes? Yeah, here's why Donald Trump doesn't want anyone to know his grades or SAT scores. Yesterday, part of his testimony, Congressman Michael Cohen revealed that under the direction of President Trump, he had sent letters to Trump's high schools, colleges, and College Board, threatening them with legal action and jail time if they ever released Trump's academic records. Cohen provided a record of one such letter sent to the president of Fordham University, which Trump attended for 2 years before transferring to complete his undergraduate degree at the Wharton School. Trump's high school has confirmed receiving an identical letter, while the University of Pennsylvania and the College Board declined to comment. It's worth mentioning that the letters like this are entirely unnecessary under FERPA. Quit it. Disclosing academic records without the student's written permission is pretty much the most illegal thing you can do with those records. Still, there are a few reasons why it makes sense that Trump would have been so. One, he criticized Obama's record, but his is similar. They had very similar undergraduate experiences. Both went to less competitive but still prestigious schools and then bumped over the other ones. Trump lied about graduating first in his class. He absolutely didn't. In fact, he wasn't even close. Trump graduated without honors. Some schools have base honors on GPA percentile, but Wharton bases them simply on GPA, which means that in order to graduate without honors, his GPA would have to been less than 3.4, or else that he was sanctioned for academic integrity or student conduct violations. I'm going to go with all of them. I'm going to guess under 3.4 and cited for cheating. Trump thinks grades are more important than they actually are. Well, I don't know about that. There are a lot of these posts and articles, and a lot of people keep doing deep dives into decades-old honors policies and yearbooks. As someone who works in as someone who works in education, consulting, coaching high school and college students on how to make them the most of their education, it's hard to see so much speculation about academic records of public. Okay, that's a sideline issue. They're not talking about it because Trump doesn't want them to.
comes to defending American freedom, and we will be a fighting and winning machine. We want to fight, we want to win.
And we want to be a machine.
We want to fight as little as possible. You have to count on people like me to keep you out of wars, because we don't want to go into wars. Many of the wars that I just told you about, we could have entered those wars and settled them in a different way, lose a lot of.
Why would we? No, we couldn't. Why would we enter into the India-Pakistan conflict, or like Congo and Rwanda,
Troops,
or Armenia and Azerbaijan, or Albania for that matter?
and we could have settled them, I guess, differently. Maybe not, actually.
What, using Jewish space lasers or something?
Actually, you might not have been able to settle them. We just would have been in the middle of a lot of firepower.
In the middle of a lot of firepower. Slow down with the technical mumbo jumbo. These generals might not understand all the nuances of the phraseology and the linguistics of battle.
But when we do need it, you're going to be so ready.
So ready. So ready.
And you know it. But very importantly, with
And
that
you know it, buddy.
in mind, I've committed to spending over $1 trillion on our military in 2026, and that's the most in the history of our country. $1 trillion. That's a lot of money. I hope you like that. Ma'ams and sirs, I hope
Ma'ams and sirs.
you like it. That's a hell of a lot of money. We have the best of everything. Every branch is seeing major investments, and as
Major investments.
announced in the Oval Office in March,
Anytime he has to start reading again, that he was expecting applause when he said $1 trillion, and these guys aren't like, that's not their thing, asshole. Like, this is not. I don't know what the fuck he was expecting. I think he thinks he's doing a USO tour in like World War II, and he's expecting like a bunch of like grunts and generals to just applaud and say, "We're gonna take him, sir."
we are rapidly moving forward with the first ever 6th generation fighter jet. I didn't name it. I did not name it. Boeing came in and they said, "Sir, this is our submittal. It's the greatest
Our submittal.
fighting jet ever done." And you know, they're testing all these planes, all the companies are testing, and this one tested like through the roof. And they said, "We'd like to name it the F-47. I said, "All right, let me think
Yeah, for your IQ.
about it." Then after thinking for about 2 seconds, I said, "Okay. You know what that means, 47, I'm 47, so I'm..."
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, they didn't. You don't think those guys know that 47? But they didn't. Sorry. You think our country's security is in the hands of people who couldn't put that together? Holy shit. You know what 47 means, right? You know the 47. I don't know if I've told you this.
Okay. You know what that means, 47, I'm 47, so I'm 45, 46, and 47, you know, if you think about it.
No, you aren't.
I just don't want the credit for 46. I don't want to.
What? That's because he won, I think, is the idea in his head. So he was president during that whole time. There's a bunch of QAnons who think he was, and yet everything bad, whatever.
There are open borders and people coming in from all over the world, including jails and mental institutes. I don't want that on my record, but I like having it. We're investing tens of billions of dollars in modernizing our nuclear deterrence capabilities like never before.
Yeah, well, modernizing like never before. I guess we've had a much bigger buildup during the Cold War.
And we've begun construction on what we call the Golden Dome missile defense shield. It'll be the
You've started construction on it? What is it going to be, tiled?
sophisticated in the world. You watched it do well.
What the fuck is this? All right. The Adderall is wearing off or kicking in. I don't know which. But the slurping. Holy shit. Dude. The fuck was that?
Missile defense shield. It'll be the most sophisticated in the world. You watched it do well. Until they had some problems at the end with a little bit of a lack of ammunition, defensive ammunition, but they've...
So there was they had a problem at the end there, did they?
That taken care of.
Yeah,
But
that's fine.
I tell you, it's what we're doing is so good, and we deserve it. You know, we help other countries with it. We don't have it ourselves. And Canada called me a couple of weeks ago. They want to be part of it.
No, they don't. They have to be. We have to put these things on Canadian soil or they won't fucking work.
To which I said, well, why don't you just join our country? You become 51, become the 51st state, and you get it for free. So I don't know if that made a big impact, but it does make a
No, it did not.
sense. It actually makes, because they're having a hard time up there in Canada.
Yeah, and it doesn't have anything to do with the fear of being nuked over the fucking Arctic Circle.
Because, as you know, with tariffs, everyone's coming into our country. We have more investment than we've ever had before. $17
Yeah, thanks, CHIPS Act.
billion coming in. As an example,
Sorry, how much?
more investment than we've ever had before. $17 trillion coming in. As an example,
Yeah, that's his new number.
in 4 years, Biden didn't have $1 trillion. We have $17 trillion more than that in 8 months coming in. And they're coming in from Canada, Mexico, from Europe, from all over. AI, auto plants.
AI auto plants.
Everybody's coming back to the United States. Under my budget, we will be expanding the U.S. Navy by at least 19 ships next year, including submarines, destroyers, assault ships, and more. And it's going to be much more than that as we go along.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're going to look meaner, and they're going to be handmade, and they're all going to be made out of solid gold.
Because we basically don't build ships anymore. We do build
Basically.
submarines, but we don't build ships. Do you know in the Second World War, they were freighters and different types, but we were doing a ship a day. And now we don't do
Yeah, we were at war. It was a world war.
ships. And I'm not a fan of some of the ships you do. I'm a very aesthetic person, and I don't like
Oh my God. Yeah, some of them just don't look cool.
some of the ships you're doing aesthetic.
Some of the ships you're doing don't aesthetically look cool.
They say, oh, it's stealth. I said, that's not stealth. An ugly ship is not necessary in order to say you're stealth. But
What the fuck? I think the idea that if a stealth ship, anyways, I don't know which part he's talking about. He just doesn't what? He isn't like the speedboats or some shit. What are you talking about? Nobody's ever seen this thing, so I don't think they're supposed to see it. What does it look like, a tugboat, so it fits in?
the B-2 bombers were incredible. That is stealth.
Yeah, those look cool. Why can't we have boats that look like airplanes? So the ship, like, airplanes look like, they look like batarangs. But the boats, do they all have to be pointy at the front and thick in the back? Or do they all have to be, like, where they come up from the water and sort of out? Is there any way we can fix that to maybe they should look like floating pyramids, maybe triangles? That way, if they turn over, they could just always have one flat side down.
Went into that. I was with General Kane and Pete were in we call it the war room, but
Do ya?
we're watching them go in, and they were totally untouched. They were not seen. They were literally not seen. They dropped their bombs. They hit every single one of them, hit its target. It was total obliteration.
It was total obliteration.
And then when we came back, fake news, CNN, their camera just went off. Look, you know, their camera, every time I mention, they turn the camera up because it's never good. They said,
This is the old rally trick that he was using. See, the lights go off whenever I make fun of him or something.
there's a problem, but I don't blame them. You're better off keeping it off. But
Right, that's true. There isn't really anything worth seeing in this speech.
they have some scammer reporter who started saying, without any knowledge, that he may not have hit the targets as well as they thought. It may not have been obliteration. He did hit the targets, and I got to give us a little credit, right? It was obliteration, it turned out. The Atomic Energy Commission said it was obliteration. Not only did they hit the target, they had
The IEC said this. They told you that, yeah.
shoots. And think of this here, way up in the sky, there was no
Yep, they're definitely, that is true about these airplanes. They are way up in the sky. Like firemen.
was dead dark, couldn't see a thing.
I don't think they're eyeballing it. I mean, it's not like these are fucking biplanes. Charles. Yes. I believe we're right over target. Hold on, I'm singling it at one moment. I'll give you the. I'll count, and you. Hold on, shit, it's very bumpy up here. Now, okay, 3, 2. Hold on for a second. 3, 2. Wait 1 second. Shit, there are birds in the way. I can't fucking get out of the way, you fucking ducks. Shit. I'd say get closer, but they'll shoot us down with their 45s. Put it over there. Okay, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Patow. That's excellent. We were close enough. Let's fly back. If we hurry, we can be home for tea. And scene.
You couldn't see them, but they had, I guess, a beam going right into these chutes. Every single one of those bombs went right down those chutes into a granite mountain.
Yeah, absolutely. And we lost obviously Biggs and Porkins, but Han Solo came in at just the right time and shot that other TIE fighter, and it bounced off of, Darth Vader just went spiraling off into space, and it was just like bullseyeing womp rats back home. Use the Force, Luke. Let it guide your actions. Run, Luke, run.
I think it's the last time they're going to build air chutes. They had these air chutes that were nice, beautiful. They were meant for us, but it was total obliteration.
Yeah, they're not gonna ventilate their systems anymore. They just decided against it. Just let in your nuclear lab, just let the heat build up. Fuck it.
And now they give us credit for that. But these people were phenomenal. I tell you, for the Air Force people here.
The Air Force people. What are they called again?
You can be very proud. That B-2, we just ordered a lot of new ones and updated ones. But
yeah, not those old crappy B-2 stealth bombers. The new, they're gold. You can see, yeah. It was a little sad. Like, he was just upset you couldn't see him. So now they're gonna make them so you can see him coming, and they're gonna have like scary pictures on the bottom of them. Like pictures of Eric.
I'd take the other ones. Let me tell you, they couldn't have worked any better. So they flew for 37 hours total, back and forth. No stops, no nothing. We had 52 tankers loading.
No stops. No, they didn't pull over, get some beef jerky and a full tank of gas. Really? They did no stops, huh? You don't say.
And that's a job I wouldn't necessarily want too much, flying a tanker loaded up with hundreds of thousands of gallons of fuel. I don't know if I'd do that job. I asked the question, what happens if it gets hit? Sir, you don't want to know about that, right? I don't want to know about that. But those guys, they just hear.
What I'm guessing the same thing as any other aircraft. You die if it gets hit. Let me guess, it explodes and crashes like all other airplanes.
They're incredible. I had them all to the Oval Office. We had the B-2 pilots and a lot of the people, even the people that took care of them, the maintenance people, just as important. We had them all to the White House, gave them a big party on the lawn, brought some of them into the Oval Office.
Yeah, not all of them, obviously.
But on top of all this, we'll deliver a hard-earned pay raise of 3.8% to every soldier, sailor, airman, Coast Guardsman, Space Guardman, and Marine.
Space Guard.
Something you weren't getting from the past administration. They did not treat you with respect. They're Democrats. They never do. Not only are we rebuilding.
By the way, if it's airmen in the Air Force, why wouldn't it be a spaceman?
A great strength, but for the first time in years, my administration is actually using that strength to defend the core and vital interests of America. And very simply, we are putting America first. And I have since I've been elected. I've always put America first.
Oh boy, now he's got his like sachet elbow. I've always done it, ladies and gentlemen. I put America first. As you know, obviously, if you're playing poker, it's your first chip.
Sort of simple, when you think.
It is sort of simple.
My campaign was run on common sense, and we did.
common misconceptions, I would say.
We've got the highest numbers ever received in terms of districts. You know, they have it broken up: 2,500 versus 525. We won every swing state. We won the popular vote. We won everything. We won everything. You have to take a look at the map. It's almost entirely red, except there's a little blue line
Where the populations are?
each coast, and I think that's going to disappear too. We did really great, and part of it is because of our success with the military, the rebuilding of the military. The vote that I got
Why? Did you threaten those voters?
from the military, and they're vicious people, you know, that we have to fight, just like you have to fight vicious people.
Yeah, it's basically the same. Like the people that are trying to kill them, blow them up, shoot them. And it's the same as being criticized by the press. Sure.
Mine are
I
different.
mean, basically every story you read in the New York Times is like an IED blowing your fucking foot off.
A different kind of vicious. But they spread all these horrible, you know, they made up statements and said what I said about everything, but even about the military.
Oh yeah, did they make up the thing where you said John McCain wasn't a war hero because he got captured?
Fortunately, the military didn't believe it. It's hard. You know, they make up a statement and they said, you say it. We had 25 people that said he never said that. 25. We had 25 affidavits. And they said, well, we're going with it anyway. You know, these sleaze
25 affidavits.
bags. And it's why the press is really losing all power, because people aren't believing it. We need an honest press. We need borders. We need borders. We need an honest press. We need fair elections. I mean, those three things. And we don't have an honest press. We have a really corrupt press. But we fight through the corrupt press.
Yeah, it basically, like, you're basically just like the guys you're talking to right now.
The people understand you have to do this stuff a lot. You have to go on
You do.
television a lot because you can't get a fair shake if you're going to rely on somebody else. They're just, they don't understand. They've destroyed the image of media now is at the lowest point it's ever been. It's lower.
It might have something to do with the fact that people are relying on people like Joe Rogan for news.
Congress, can you believe that? It's something. But together with many of you in the room, we've brought back the fundamental principle that defending the homeland is the military's first and most important priority. That's what it is. Only in recent...
Well, then why'd you pull them off their stations to listen to this fucking blather? What, honest to God, what the fuck are these people having to sit through this for? You couldn't just, like, have a video available for them to peruse if they have any downtime?
decades did politicians somehow come to believe that our job is to police the far reaches of Kenya and Somalia while America is under invasion from within. We're under invasion from within.
Yeah, but even if you believe that, the military isn't who you call in. That's what the police and the FBI are for. That's why we have that's why we separate our military. Why we don't have the military policing the streets. That's what makes America better than other countries. Fuck me.
No different than a foreign enemy.
No, very different. Yeah, very different.
But more difficult in many ways because they don't wear uniforms. At least when they're wearing a uniform, you can take them out. These people don't have uniforms.
That's because they're citizens.
But we are under invasion from within. We're stopping it very quickly. After spending trillions of dollars defending the borders of foreign countries, with your help, we're defending the borders of our country from now on. We're not going to let this happen. Biden let people come in from prisons, mental institutions, drug dealers, murderers. You know, we had 11,488 murders.
It's down from 11,998. Good. Okay, so I guess 500 of them were innocent after all.
Into our country by this guy who had no clue.
What are you talking about? That number is the total number of incarcerated people for over the last 2 decades.
He had no clue. He shouldn't have been there in the first place, but he had no clue. The people that ran the office, the White House, were people that surrounded him, radical left lunatics that are brilliant people, but dumb as hell when it came to policy and common sense. And they allowed people from all over the world, from the Congo. They opened up prisons in the Congo.
Oh, did they? The Congo, interesting. What is it about people from Congo that stands out to you? You know, you're not worried about like Russian and Eastern European, Hungarian criminals coming over here, running human trafficking, committing crimes. Those folks somehow that didn't pop into your head, even though it's a big part of the issue over here. It's not that doesn't leap to mind. I don't know why.
Came into our country totally unmatched, unvetted, unchecked.
Unmatched, really? We're supposed to give them a partner?
And from all over South America, not just South America. You know, you think
No, not just.
South America, no, but from all over. A lot came in from Venezuela. Venezuela emptied its prison population.
South America. I'm fairly certain Venezuela is quite close to South America. If my geography class in high school was correct, I'm just
Into our country. That's why they have Tren de Aragua.
It is. It is exactly why they have it.
Worst gangs ever. But we took care of them. We took good, strong care of them. And
You took good, strong care of them, did you? Really? You just how did you handle those people? Honestly.
They don't like the gas.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about that. I think it was you had to.
I had a beat off.
That's right. Yeah, the Tren de Aragua.
I want to thank the National Guard in Washington, D.C. It's embarrassing to say this. Now I can say it because we solved it. But Washington, D.C. was the most unsafe, most dangerous city in the United States of America.
No, it wasn't.
And to a large extent, beyond and beyond.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you'd be way safer, in some sort of like Cambodian beach town where they run guns. Yeah, Afghanistan. I mean, you might as well if either buy something in Columbus Circle in DC or Darfur, really, just in the dead center of it. I don't know what to tell you. You're probably safer.
You go to Afghanistan, they didn't have anything like that. You go to countries that
Yeah, but there are also fewer restaurants, so it's there's swings and roundabouts. Every cloud is a silver lining.
would think there's problems, they didn't have that. And now Washington, D.C., after 12 days of serious, serious intensity, we took out 1,700 career criminals. If you have 5 career criminals, they can make your numbers look very bad.
They do. They make your numbers look very bad.
Because they'll commit many crimes a day. But we took out 1,700, and they took...
it's their career. It's not these other guys who just treat it as a job until something else comes along. These people they're studied. They got a degree in being a criminal.
There was no doubt who the boss was. They did an unbelievable job. Then they started even cleaning. I said, I don't want them doing that, sir. They were cleaning it up.
Yeah, that's what they wanted to do. Pick up trash.
I drove through it 2 days ago. It was beautiful. People are walking down the street holding hands.
Yeah, the 2 guys from Armenia and Albania, right? From Azerbaijan and Somalia. They were holding hands, walking around downtown, and together. A week ago, they were killing each other's people for years, and now. All right.
Man and wife coming from Iowa, they're not worried about being shot.
Well, obviously, now that they're out of Iowa, I think.
Washington, D.C. is now a safe city. In fact, I went out to dinner with my crew. I haven't done that. In theory, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, in theory. Can you imagine eating anywhere near Stephen Miller?
And I felt totally safe. And nobody's been attacked.
I felt you did. You felt totally safe with your 6-block radius of Secret Service. You felt good? Oh, glad. Okay.
Nobody's been hurt. Washington, D.C. went from our most unsafe city to just about our safest city.
No. Yeah, it was neither of those things.
In a period of a month. We had it under control in 12 days, but give us another 15, 16 days, it's perfect. And people other than politicians that look bad, they think, the Democrats run most of the cities that are in bad shape. We have many
Oh, you mean the ones that make all the money, that pay all the taxes?
cities in great shape too, by the way. I want you to know that. But it seems that the ones that are run by the radical left Democrats, what they've done to San Francisco, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, they're very unsafe places. And we're going to straighten them out one by one.
Yeah, eliminate all the business and theater and coffee shops and yeah.
This is going to be a major part for some of the people in this room. That's a war too. It's a war from within.
No, it isn't. You're talking to the wrong group of people.
Controlling the physical territory of our border is essential.
Border.
National security. We can't let these people in. You know, we had no people enter in the last 4 months. Zero. Even I
Gibberish.
can't believe that. You know, we had millions coming in, pouring in. 25 million all told. And of
Nonsense.
those 25 million, many of them should never be in our country. They would take their worst people and their people from prisons and jail, and they'd put them in a caravan and they'd walk up.
And so those people managed to not commit crimes the entire way up, surrounded by everybody else, women and children. They were able to hold it together till they got to America, and then they started criming again. And the crowd around them was like okay with them the entire walk.
CNN was interviewing one person. Oh, why are you coming? I want freedom. Good. Were you in jail? Yes. For what? Murder.
Huh?
He said, you're in for, you had to see this anchor, a young woman. She's like, I couldn't believe. She'll probably lose her job.
Yeah, I've heard about her. Yeah, she was like, she's this close. They called her up and you're like, lady news person who works for us, kind of, sort of, you're on thin ice. Stop interviewing murderers.
But because the left doesn't want to hear that. But we're running it based on
No, it's not that I don't want to hear it. I want to hear the details.
sense and based on love of our country. But I want to salute every service member who has helped us carry out this critical mission. It's really a very important mission.
It is mission.
I told Pete we should use some of these dangerous cities as training grounds for our military, National Guard, but military.
Can you imagine, like, whatever happened to fucking Jade Helm and all that shit? Remember when Alex Jones was saying the military's just gonna, invade U.S. cities and they're practicing, in the desert to get ready to round everybody up or whatever? Like, where are these motherfuckers right now?
Because we're going into Chicago very soon. That's a big city with an
It is. It's lovely. Bring a lot of spending money. There's a lot of cool shit there.
incompetent governor, stupid. They threw him out of his family business. He was so stupid. I know the family. He becomes governor. He's got money.
Well, apparently maybe they threw him out of the family business for being full.
Money that he made. But he ran for governor, he won, and now he criticizes us all the time. And last week they had 11 people murdered, 44 people shot. The week before that they had 5 people murdered, 28 people shot. Every weekend they lose 5, 6. If they lose 5, they're considering it a great week. They shouldn't lose any. You shouldn't lose any.
You lose people in D.C., I guess, technically. There's 7 million people. The Chicagoland area practically stretches to Indiana.
Civilization. And he's always up there saying, we're in very good shape. We don't need the military. No, they need the military desperately. How about Portland?
How about Portland? Hashtag Rip Portland.
Portland, Oregon, where it looks like a war zone.
Are you watching old video from 2020?
And I get a call from the liberal governor. Sir, please don't come in. We don't need you. I said, well, unless they're playing false tapes.
False tape. Yeah, they are. Somebody slipped you a false tape.
Like World War II. Your place is burning down.
No, it's not.
I mean, you must be kidding. Sir, we have it under control. I said, you don't have it under control, Governor, but I'll check it. And I'll call you.
I'll check it.
I called her back. I said, this place is a nightmare. It's certainly not the biggest, but it's one of the worst. It's brutal. They go after our ICE people, who are great.
Our ICE people.
It's a tough job too, but they love it. They love it because they're cleaning up our country. And so you look at some of the things where they took over parts of Seattle. They actually took over a big percentage of Seattle.
Yeah, I think while you were president.
Think of that. You remember that. That was a while ago.
Yes, it was.
And I sent in the troops and they were gone. As soon as I
No. Nope, they cleared out on their own. The mayor took care of it.
man, when we send in the troops, if you have a real leader that says you got to do what you have to do, I put that out the other day. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, thank you for writing that down, because people are like, oh, sorry, how many do's are in that? I'll just write do for basically everything you say. Cool.
Because we don't want our people hurt as they stand by. I was watching during Biden, they had
Oh my God.
troops standing up like this, brave, standing up at attention, the way I should stand all the time. And I'm like this, and people
He's aware that his posture sucks, at least, finally.
standing, and their mouth is this far away from their mouth, and they're spitting at him, and they're screaming at him. And that soldier standing there, he wants to knock the hell out of the person, but he's not allowed to do anything. So they just stand there and they get abused. And
Well, no, technically speaking, if you spit on somebody, that's assault. That's when they're allowed to do it. The yelling, no. And if they spit when they talk like you do, then I guess there's some crossover there. But if they actively spit, that technically qualifies as assaulting the officer, because I mean, imagine if you spit on someone, they'd have 4th stage syphilis by lunch.
a woman was this far away from his face.
Oh, woman too. It was a woman. Ugh. Well, why didn't you say so? A woman spitting on you, and it didn't. Did he have to pay an extra 20 or?
And she starts spitting in his face, and he's not allowed to do anything. If it's
He just had to pay her?
okay with you, generals and admirals, I've taken that off. I say, they spit, we hit. Is that okay? I think so. They spit, it's a new thing. They spit, we hit. How about the cars, where the cars are coming out? They get brand new cars, Border Patrol, ICE, beautiful, nice new cars. And they're driving along, and they have to go through a gauntlet of rocks being thrown at the car. So here's this beautiful brand new car. By the time it goes 100 yards, it's destroyed. These guys have pretty good arms, some of them. And
What are you going to hire them?
throwing bricks at full force into the window.
Really? Like, they're not half-assing their bricks? They haven't. You don't think they? I mean, I don't think we have to worry about bricks, do we? Hold on. Let's see.
Soup. And they
Soup. So let's see. Does he have a? There was. I think he had a brick. I don't know. My brick one is off. Or whatever.
and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. Person, woman. If you get it in order, you get extra points. They're not allowed to be offensive, unfortunately.
Right. That's what he's been saying the whole time. Hold on. This one right here. This is, let's see, edit. Revert back to original. There you go.
Soup. And they
Soup.
that's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick. It's too heavy.
That's what it was. There we go. Hold on. There we go. That's there you go. Brick again. Finally. Save. There you go.
That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick. It's too heavy.
But these guys can with full force. Uh-huh.
Went into the car. It looks like it's a war zone. And I said, never let that happen again. From now on, if that ever happens, and I say it here, you get out of that car and you can do whatever the hell you want to do.
Especially the part where you get hit with another brick. How about other people that handle there, like the police officers that are there?
Because those people are, you can die from that. Those bricks go through the window.
If you get out of the car, sure.
You can die. They'd like it to. They'd like it to go through the window. But This was a couple of months ago.
What is it? Just they just don't have the aim, or
They just kept driving, and bricks are hitting the car. And I said, why aren't they stopping? Because they were under orders from the past administration, never stop. But that's different
that's what they said. Never stop, even if somebody steps in front of the vehicle.
with us. We stop. And since I gave that order, we haven't had that problem. It's very interesting. It's amazing.
Weren't they throwing bricks and shit at the cars in Los Angeles at one point? Wasn't that the whole thing?
It's just like in Venezuela,
It is. It's just like Venezuela. You're right.
in the boats going. We can't find any more boats. They're carrying drugs, massive. Every boat kills about 25,000 people. That's what.
Jesus Christ. So you just, I don't know how bad the seafood is down there, but.
They had fentanyl mostly and a lot of other drugs. And we take them out, and we've taken out 4. So
Four, yeah, boats, which, do you have evidence that they had drugs on board? You have evidence that the people that were killed were criminals at all? Any?
it's on air. Everybody gets to see it. Not that we like to do
It
it.
is on air. Yep. We aired the whole thing.
But every boat kills 25,000 on average, 20. Some people say more. You know, you see these boats, they're stacked up with bags of white powder. That's most.
Uh-huh. What would be the white powder order? Just baking soda? Or?
Fentanyl and other drugs too.
Well, yeah, obviously not all fentanyl.
And now we have a problem. General Kane says, sir, there are no boats out there.
Yeah, they can't even fish.
Even fishing boats, they don't want to go fishing.
Right, because they know you're going to kill them no matter what.
Blame them. There'll be no fishing today, you know. But it's amazing what strength will do, because
Strength. You mean murder?
what we want to do is stop drugs. From,
Extrajudicial killing of people that I presume are civilians? Certainly aren't combatants from the country itself. And since you're not required to actually show who they were in the first place, or how you even know that they're transporting drugs, you just kill them, I guess. And then what? So they move it off the water across land. So what are we going to do? Start bombing roads?
going into our country. It's destroying. We lost 300,000 people died last year. Everybody
No, we did not.
knows friends, many friends probably, that you lost a child, or adults too, but you lost a son or daughter because of what's coming into our border. And
This is, I mean, is anybody else having flashbacks to fucking Reagan and the war on drugs back in the late 80s?
we're making it
It's
very
the same shit.
hard. Oh, and we haven't even started yet. Last month, I signed an executive order to provide training for a quick reaction force that can help quell civil disturbances. And this is going to be a big thing for the people in this room, because it's the enemy from within, and we have to handle it before it gets out of control. It won't get out of control.
Also, by the way, foreigners getting into the country are not the enemy within. They're a foreign enemy that is infiltrated, but that's not the same thing. Not that he cares. Why am I even trying to?
Once you're involved at all, they all joke. They say, oh, this is not good. You saw it in Washington. We had gangs of Tren de Aragua with 10, 12, 15 kids. And these military guys walk up to them, and they treat them with disrespect, and they just got pounded. They just got pounded. The gang just pounded. Then
Okay. What kind of, I mean, were you engaged in any of the,
I had a beat off.
I don't know, what kind of pounding are we talking about? Because this is, just saying. So sorry. So there were sweaty soldiers pounding these, I presume, young Latino men, glistening chests, all of them, lots of chains, all look like Rico Suave.
into paddy wagons and taken back to their country.
In a paddy wagon? Sorry. You're driving these people back to Venezuela in a paddy wagon. A paddy wagon. So all the cops are Irish? Is that what we're going with? It's a bunch of fucking Irish. It's basically gangs in New fucking York.
Some are so dangerous we don't want to even do that, because we don't want to. Some of stone cold murders. We don't have the confidence, even though they're not coming back very easily. We don't have the confidence. We put them in jails. But these service
Like the 11,998 people you were talking about earlier, off by 500, whatever the fuck, because that's why they're in jail? Okay.
members are following in a great and storied military tradition, from protecting frontier communities to chasing outlaws and bandits in the Wild West. And our history is filled with military heroes who took on all enemies, foreign and domestic. You know that?
No.
Very well. That's what the oath says, foreign and domestic. Well, we also have domestic. George
We do. Yes. The help has attacked.
Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Grover Cleveland, George Bush, and others all used the armed forces to keep domestic order and peace. Many of
Yeah, like because Katrina, not because of standard crime. Like when the fucking interior structure breaks down because of a fucking a tornado comes through someplace and wipes out the police station, that you kind of need somebody to come in. It's usually what the National Guard is used for in those situations.
leaders used the military to keep peace. Now they like to say, oh, you're not allowed to use the military. And you know what the people say? The people in those cities where they're being raped and shot and beat up, you know what they say? We love
They say, help!
the military. You ever see where they interview the people on the street?
The ones that are being raped and murdered and shot. But is it a long interview or a short interview? I'm confused.
Never seen somebody say they don't, unless they're radical and paid off, because a lot of these insurrectionists
A
are
radical paid off rape shooting victim. Sure.
paid by, whether it's Soros or other people, but they're paid by the radical left. So today I want to thank every service member, from general to private,
Oh, please say in closing. Holy shit. I know I'm going long, but god
who
damn.
bravely helped us secure the nation's capital and make America safe for the American people. It's amazing. The whole world is watching. Everybody in the White House, they come up to me, young women, sir, thank you. I know immediately what they're thanking. They don't have to say.
Yeah, they don't have to say. I don't need to listen to them.
They walk to work now to the White House. We haven't had a crime in Washington and so
Outside of the Oval, anyways.
because we got the careers. We call them the careers.
We do. We call that's what most people call them, the careers.
These lunatics out, and they'll never be any good. You know, I hate to.
Brunatics? Sorry, career brunatics? Is that what they are?
Washington in so long because we got the careers. We call them the careers. We got these lunatics out.
The brunatics. That's Bruno Kirby's fan base, right?
And they'll never be any good. You know, I hate to tell this
Nah, brunatics never are.
to the liberal media. You could spend time with them. You could do whatever you want. You could send them to the finest schools, which they couldn't get into anyway, mentally. They couldn't get in. But no matter what you do, they'll never be good. They're bad. They're career criminals. I don't know. Maybe they were born that way. Some people don't like me to say that, but maybe they were. Certainly some
Yeah, why don't we just start throwing babies in jail? I think the pro-lifers will like that.
were. Together with
Like maybe get somebody to like feel their skull and go, yep, this one's going to be a criminal. Put him in the pile.
leaders here today, we're also restoring a needed focus on defeating threats in the Western Hemisphere. Throughout this region, cartel terrorists have been allowed to wage a relentless campaign of death and destruction on our country, all because we had weak leadership on top. And we did a great job with it first term, but this is something else what we're doing now. We're taking it to the next level.
Yes, I would say shooting ships out of the water, like boats, civilian watercraft out of the water with using the U.S. Navy. Yeah, that's next level.
Probably next level
War crime, I think, is the phrase I'm looking for.
times 3. But we had COVID come up, and we had to take care of that. We did a great job with COVID. We had the
Oh, yes, you had Operation Fart Steed, obviously.
Captain's log.
All right.
therapeutics, It's just Regeneron, so many things we did for COVID, but we had to focus on that, and every other country in the world was being decimated by COVID.
Oh, you mean the hoax?
So we had to change gear a little bit to take care of that. But under our leadership, the military is now the knife's edge in combating this sinister enemy. We have to put the traffickers and cartels on notice, and we've done that. And we put them, a lot of them, we've called them a terrorist organization, which is actually a big thing to do. Nobody's done it.
Yeah, because it's legally dubious and ridiculous.
I've done it with a lot of them. It gives you a tremendous advantage.
Yeah, you can kill them. I think it's that you can kill civilians, bomb boats. You can, yeah, it's where you can set up snipers to shoot people because you can assume that they're criminals first, and a tenuous link to an organization is enough to authorize the killing of someone. It's great. It's Dick Cheney would be very proud.
You try to poison our people, we will blow you out of existence because it's.
Who's in charge of blowing them? Hegseth? It's just, I don't want to. You're gonna blow them out of existence. It's not enough to blow them out of the water. You're gonna blow their mind. Okay, I know it's going long.
The only language they really understand. That's why you don't see any
Spanish?
more boats on the ocean. You don't see any boats. Around Venezuela, there's nothing. As president, I will never hesitate to defend our people from threats of violence, from the horrible plague that's taking place from within.
The horrible plague that's taking place from within. You mean personal drug use that these people are so yeah, I guess next up you're gonna kill addicts? That'll be the next thing? As opposed to the passive eugenics of just letting the fentanyl spread and clear out, separate the wheat from the chaff.
Iran nuclear power, Iran, all of the great power that we thought existed, we blew it out to kingdom. We took advantage.
We did. You blew it out to kingdom. Did you now? You blew it out to kingdom. Everybody knows that phrase. Yeah. Whose kingdom was it? Diddy's? We're gonna blow it out to kingdom.
And dongs and vested thongs, whoa, I love that feeling. Simple hoods have got the goods, owie, owie, oh. Points and dongs and vested thongs, whoa, I love that feeling.
What does blew it out? What blew it out to kingdom?
Iran, all of the great
Also, what? Hold on. How did he get
plague that's taking place from within?
The plague that came. Okay, so drugs. We're talking about drugs from South America, and it coming into the country and killing people. And every boat from Venezuela kills 25. That's the story.
The Iran nuclear power,
Sorry, are we now snorting uranium from? Is this the new scourge all over the streets of Seattle and Philadelphia? Is just people who are glowing? All the addicts are glowing in the dark.
All of the great power that we thought existed, we blew it out to kingdom. We took advantage of it, and we just really took advantage of it, and it was a beautiful thing to see. And
we took advantage. I'm sorry. You molested it? What'd you do? Fucking roofie its drink? What was that? First, let's just say, let's skip past the fact that he's just fucking jumping from topic to topic. What happened to the nuclear power?
The Iran nuclear power, Iran, all of the great power that we thought existed.
You thought it existed.
Blew it out to kingdom. We took advantage of it, and we just really took advantage of it.
We grabbed that nuclear power by the pussy. And finally, Um. Ah,
It was a beautiful thing to see, and
it was gorgeous. Yeah, yeah.
that's what
Just anytime he sees nuclear power, he can't help it. He just grabs it by the pussy and just downs a bunch of Tic Tacs. Apparently, they're good for radiation sickness.
military power can achieve. That's why I chose Raising Cane. He's fantastic, by the way.
Fantastic job.
I hope you all agree. If anybody disagrees, could I please have your hand? Who disappears at Raising Cane is no good. Just raise your hand.
Who disappears? You mean who disagrees? You mean disagrees? So you're threatening to disappear members of the military?
If anybody disagrees, could I please have your hand? Who disappears at Raising Cane is no good. Just raise your hand.
Who does disappear? Well, you can't see them because they raise their hand and poof, they're fucking gone. It's they're stealth. They're members of the stealth team. They work on all the stealth ships. They're ugly, but they vanish as soon as you look their direction, so it doesn't matter.
I don't see any hands raised.
Well, they disappeared. Oh.
This is some bullshit. We see through it.
God damn.
This is some
What an asshole. I don't see any hands. Everybody must have disappeared.
That means you're okay. That means that he's okay now. But I saw his results. He took out ISIS. I was told it was going to take 4 years. It took 4 weeks. I went to see him, and he took him out in 4 weeks.
Really? Did they buy him a nice dinner, or
Knocked him to hell.
he knocked him to hell? Well, that's better because I don't want him in Kingdom right next to the nukes.
I was told by military people it was going to take 4 to 5 years to do it.
So Kane's not a military person?
And I don't even know if we'll have it then, sir. These were the Washington generals. I call them the television generals. But Raising Cane did it in 4 weeks, took out 100% of the ISIS caliphate. As a result of these actions and many others since my inauguration, we're witnessing the triumphant return of peace through strength. We have great peace through strength.
We do. It's the best kind of strength and the greatest kind of peace, actually.
America is respected again as a country. We were not respected with Biden. They looked
You
at
wish.
falling downstairs every day. Every day the guy's falling downstairs. He said, it's not our president. We can't have it. I'm very careful, when I walk downstairs.
Oh, shit. Yeah. This is all about his worry. Because he slipped going upstairs, too. And now this fucking haunts him.
Like I'm on stairs, like these stairs. I walk very slowly. Nobody has to set a record. Just try not to fall, because it doesn't work out well. A few of our...
Sorry, why would you have to try? If you're in better shape than he is, or he was particularly weak, why do you have to slow down at all? Just take the fucking stairs.
It's a fall, and it became a part of their legacy. We don't want that.
It's not part of his legacy. You know what his legacy is? The Infrastructure Act and the Chips and Science Act, which will have more impact than anything this motherfucker is doing his entire presidency that can't be undone anyways.
Walk nice and easy. You don't have to set any record. Be cool.
Who the fuck are you talking to?
When you walk down, but don't bop down the stairs.
No, don't do that. Don't bop down the stairs. I think the chance of you bopping down the stairs are fairly fucking slim. Don't bop down the stairs.
The thing with Obama, I had zero respect for him as a president, but he would bop down those stairs. I've never said, da-da-da-da-da-da, bop, bop, bop. He'd go down the stairs, wouldn't hold on. I said, it's great. I don't want to do it. I guess I could do it, but eventually...
No, I guess you couldn't.
Bad things are going to happen, and it only takes once. But he did a lousy job as president.
Jesus.
A year ago, we were a dead country. We were dead.
No, we weren't.
Country was going to hell. We were dead in every way, from immigration to military. We didn't have the weapons. We were given everything to Ukraine. We had nothing. And by the way,
we had nothing.
I have to tell you, Now, as you know, I went over and I met with NATO, and NATO raised from 2 to 5, which everyone said 5% of GDP. Millions and now trillions of dollars are pouring in. They didn't pay the 2% because they know we were there to pay it, and now they paid the 5%.
Where does he think this money goes? It's an investment of your own money to your own NATO readiness. There wasn't a fucking. It's not a goddamn country club.
That's trillions of dollars, and we're not spending any money on that war, not 10 cents. We sell our equipment to NATO. NATO pays us for the equipment, and they give it to Ukraine or whoever they give it to.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Who gave it to?
But we're not involved. We have no money going out. Biden gave $350 billion. Not sustainable. $350 billion.
Well, it's not supposed to be sustainable. You're supposed to fucking win, and it'll be over. And Congress gave them that actual money. And most of it, by the way, was spent in the United States.
We have a war that should have never started, but we're not doing that anymore. So I just want you to know we're selling equipment. Our people are buying equipment. They are buying the equipment at full price, a fair price.
Oh yeah, you're not giving them a deal like they don't have a coupon or anything.
So I don't want to say we're making money because I don't want to be making money on a war. It's too many
Yeah, you do.
people dying. They're losing 7,000 soldiers a week. A lot of them are Russian soldiers, but the two countries, mostly soldiers, by the way. Sometimes, in Kiev, they'll lob a missile in or some drones in, kill some people. But mostly it's soldiers.
Oh, sorry. So soldiers aren't people. Good. Everybody in the crowd, write that down. Just soldiers aren't people. Okay.
Russia and Ukraine are losing 7,000 souls. And, they're not American. They're not us. They're not you. We have a
You sure?
special obligation. But they're soldiers. They're young people. They leave their parents. They wave goodbye. And then 2 days later, they're blown up so unnecessarily. And so that's the primary reason I want to get it done. We got to get it done. It's great.
Yeah, get it done. Done how?
What's going on? That's the worst war that there's been since World War II. The number of soldiers that are being killed there is just crazy. From 5 to
Well, I don't know why. I mean, obviously, when we left Afghanistan, Putin thought this is the perfect time to invade, and it seems to have worked out very well. It seems to be that his judgment was very sound.
7,000 soldiers die a week. Think of that. So I think we'll get that done. But that's turned out to
You
be
think so?
the toughest one. I'm so disappointed in President Putin. I thought he would get this thing over with.
Did you? Based on what?
He should have had that war done in a week.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's why it wouldn't have been a war if he was president, because he would have just let him take it.
And I said to him, you don't look good. You're 4 years fighting a war that should have taken a week. Are you a paper tiger? And
Yeah, you said that to him.
it's a shame, but I think eventually we'll get that one done, just like in theory, I want to knock on wood, because you never know. It's like we're going to have the Middle East done, which
Oh yeah, the Middle East is totally going to be done. No, they're like, once Hamas is out of there and Trump Plaza Gaza is being built and the bulldozers come in, there won't be any reprisals or dust ups or blowback. That's just silly.
actually a much harder thing to do. I mean, thousands of years, but we have to get that war done. So now we're
Also, you know what? I mean, of all the shit he's saying, it's all fucking bananas. But getting it done is fairly fucked up on its own. Just that he's saying we got to get that war done. Understand? He means it. How much longer is this? We've got about 10 minutes tops of his shit.
just think of it.
We're almost through it. We almost made it. Can you guys hang? You all right? Because the illusion is that when people play they just play clips of shit like this, the illusion is the rest of it must have gone fine. There's so many people who assume that if you don't show the whole thing, what they're assuming is you picked one moment where he sounds like shit, and then the rest of it, it must have been great. You're hiding that, right? And I'm like, no, you need to see the whole fucking thing. This is the President of the United States talking to the fucking military. And it's all been gibberish. All of it. And fundamentally a gigantic waste of time, not just for us, but for our military leaders who were pulled away from their assignments to listen to this fucking dribble.
I was with the King of Saudi.
It's insulting to the people that dedicate their lives to be in the fucking military, that this draft dodging motherfucker, this weak-kneed, second-generation rich kid who Peter Principled his way to the top of the Republican Party and then into the presidency twice, has the fucking audacity to blather this rally bullshit at people who work for a living.
Be a great guy. I was with the Emir of Qatar. I was with the great leadership of UAE. I was over there. We brought back...
Yeah, you mean the royals? Fuck those people. Fuck them. Fuck royalty. It's nonsense. I don't want to hear about anybody who's from a fucking magic family. Eat shit. I think it's adorable, England. Keep your royal family and all stuff. It makes great, tourism. Same thing with Sweden. Knock yourself the fuck out. But don't expect any respect from me. I'm an American. I don't give a... If somebody's like, yeah, I'm in charge because my dad was in charge.
$2 trillion.
Shut the fuck up. It's like, they might as well be the fucking Kardashians.
And more. They ordered 200 planes, Boeings. They ordered so much, and they were great. But they all said essentially the same thing. They said,
we can't wait to use these on you guys when the time comes.
1 year ago, you were a dead country.
And now you're selling us weapons of war.
And now you're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We're the hottest country in the world right now. The absolute...
The hottest. What the fuck kind of Avril Lavigne MTV Video Awards horse shit is this?
Hottest country in the world. There's nobody even close. Putin said that.
There never has been, you dumb motherfucker.
We met in Alaska, had a good meeting.
Did you? Yeah. Really? Did he give you a reach around this time, or? Jesus Christ.
Then he went back and started sending drones into Kiev. I thought we had a good meeting.
No, you didn't, you dumb motherfucker. At all.
I had a beat off.
Yeah, it was a great meeting.
But it's one of those things. But we were a dead country a year ago.
Fuck, these people would have given their lives to protect the country last year and the year before, you dumb motherfucker.
And now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. Think of that. You can be proud of that.
They're already proud. They're proud of the principles of the country, not who's handling it, you dumbass.
And you must have felt like hell when you have a wife or a husband at home, and you used to read the numbers that we can't get people to join the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard.
Space Force.
Must have felt like, I have a job that nobody wants. That doesn't feel good. Well, now
Yeah, that's what they were worried about.
you have a job that is brimming over with people wanting it.
Brimming over with people wanting it. English is his first language and only language, insofar as I know. And to him, reading is fun and dumb and mental.
And you're able to get a much higher quality because now you have your choice. You want so many. And we're going to have many, many people that aren't going to be able to join because of the fact that we don't need them at this moment.
At this moment. We might need them later, so we'll just keep them in a glass case.
But think of it, what a difference that is from, I could just imagine 2 years ago, you're reading front page articles in the New York Times, of course, and Wall Street Journal. They always give us unfair stories. But they played it so big, they were playing it so big. Nobody wants to join the Army, the Marines, the Air Force. They don't want to join.
Is that what they do? They were just yelling it into your ear?
They don't want to join the Coast Guard at all.
Yeah, that was the big one. I remember I was like, oh, God, another story about how nobody wants to join the Coast Guard. Remember that? Ugh, it was just fucking terrible.
Nobody wants to join. Nobody wants to join our police forces. Our police forces also. It's almost went hand in hand.
Almost, yeah. Yeah, all that. I blame the Democrats. Defund the Coast Guard movement.
And I used to say, boy, I'm speaking in front of the military today, and it's embarrassing because I'm speaking in front of people who have a job that other people don't want, but now you have a job that everybody wants.
So fucking weird.
I think that has to make you feel good. It's one of the reasons I love being here today, because I wanted to say that. I have to say that everybody wants to be in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines. If you think the Coast Guard and Space Force are
mostly Space Force.
full Space Force, it's a whole different world. And now they're signing up.
It's a whole different world.
Here I am like an idiot.
Motherfucker.
Seriously, big numbers for the police. Dangerous job, isn't it? Huh? Fire department.
Huh?
But that's the paving the way for progress once thought almost.
Wait a minute. Does he think that they call it the fire department because people are being fired at? Shit.
Impossible. I mean, a year ago, you wouldn't have thought that was possible. A year ago, they were talking about making the military smaller because they can't get the people to join. We're thinking about making it larger.
Then make up for the jobs that aren't coming?
We have so many people. And it's nice to be able to cut people because...
Yeah, we're going to have to make it larger because we've got 106% of recruiting.
I had to beat off.
that aren't really qualified for any reason, a physical reason, a mental reason. You don't have to take them anymore because you have the...
They were having to import Venezuelan gang members who are insane and were from asylums.
...of the litter. And they all want to be with you. They all want your job. They want to be with you. They want to work with you.
They want to be on you. I mean, you can feel it. They can feel it.
We need you.
Yeah.
Hell, I need you.
Yes.
I'm a mess without you. I miss you so damn much. I miss being with you. I miss being near you. I miss your laugh. I miss your scent. I miss your musk. When this all gets sorted out, I think you and me should get an apartment together.
That's right. That's live audio from a recruitment center. I think there was another one too. I think it is, yeah.
No, we're not homosexual, but we are willing to learn.
Yeah, the recruitment numbers are way up.
They'll even take your job, you know.
They totally will. They'll walk in there and...
Those men wanted to have sex with me.
That's right. They said that. I heard them say that. It's true. They're just dedicated. What do you want?
Job, you got to watch it. But everybody wants to be doing what you're doing now. What a difference. When I speak to you, and I can say that as opposed to a couple of years ago when I was talking to rooms where they were desperate to get people and they couldn't get them.
You mean your rooms were half empty because people couldn't be forced to come and talk to you?
Well, boys, I reckon this is it. Nuclear combat toe-to-toe with the Ruskies.
That's right.
What a difference a presidential election can make. That's all it is. It's just a presidential election. Yesterday at the White House, we put forward a plan for peace in Gaza.
Oh, fuck me. He's finally getting to the end of this goddamn thing.
Announced it, and we're going to create something that was my idea, but unfortunately I got drafted.
Jesus Christ. I don't want to do it.
It's going to be called the Board of Peace.
The Board of Peace. So it's not going to be the Department of Peace because we'll have the Department of War because war is something that's going to go on forever, but peace is temporary, so we'll just have a board. Because this asshole is bored of peace.
Going to reign over that territory and...
going to reign over that territory, but with peace.
That was just bullshit, Joel.
Shit.
Going to get that done. And they asked if I'd be the chairman of the Board of Peace. I wasn't counting on that. I had the idea for the Board of Peace. But I said yes, and I guess because of that, every leader, everybody wants to be on the board of.
Yeah, they're like, fuck the Abraham Accords. I want to be on this board of peace thing.
And we're going to watch over.
Are there peace weapons that we can sell that will make some real money, like the crossbow project?
Very volatile part of the world, and keep it non-volatile. So
They have a mic installed in his head? What's it? Hold on.
Negative function.
Yeah, that's what I thought it would say.
don't have to get involved. We want to save you for other things or save you for nothing from that standpoint. We don't want
save you for nothing. That's the Trump doctrine.
Fighting wars, but if you have to, you're the most lethal fighting force in the world. And I would.
Yes, and we don't want anything dead. So the chairman of the Board of Peace is putting you guys, first thing he's going to do as the chairman of the Board of Peace is to eliminate the military.
That even 2-3 years ago, but now I say it with great enthusiasm.
Yes, thank God.
Oh, hello there.
So true, and we're striving tirelessly to end the terrible war in Ukraine. And
tirelessly.
You
seem tired. I'm just saying.
We're also working hard to get the allies to share more of the burden of our defense. Much of that has really already taken place.
Sorry, why would the allies have to share more of a burden of our defense? You mean Ukraine?
But all NATO members have committed to the increase that I talked about. Think of that. That was unthinkable. It used.
Well, it still is. I can't even think about it at all.
He's a genius, eh?
I know.
1%, then we got it up to 2% in my last term. And they did not like it. And now I got it to 5%, and I get along great with all of them. In fact, they call me the president of NATO. I said, I don't think so. But they're great. They're great people. And they're
yeah, they don't call you that.
They're spending a lot of money, and a lot of money that they should have been spending in the past. But I think Putin was a wake-up call for them, really.
Yeah, that's why they're spending it, because they can't count on us.
We're now selling large quantities of American-made weapons to NATO, and we're getting really fair pricing. We're making a lot of money. It's my hope that from Europe to Asia.
Yes, good old war profiteering. That's the thing.
The Illudium Q-36 explosive space modulator.
Yeah, you get a good deal on one of these things. We can move it right out. We throw in extra ammunition with every purchase.
Middle East, our allies will make similar commitments to increase their military capabilities, and this will greatly strengthen our alliances, and also it will make war far less likely. If you're a strong presence like we are such a strong presence.
We're a strong presence. You can smell you all the way over here. I can smell you through the screen.
And I go around bragging about that. I said, we have the strongest military anywhere in the world. I said,
yeah, we, by an order of 6 or 8, depending on the year, we always have.
You never heard Biden say that.
Well, he didn't have to brag because I think his dick's bigger than yours. I don't be too direct about it, but I think that was entirely why. He was just never compensating in the cock department.
Never heard him say anything. But you never heard him say, did you ever hear him say, we have the strongest military? He doesn't say that. I say it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's enough. His son served, and you threatened your kids that you would disown them if they did. So, and you said that prisoners of war aren't war heroes. So, yeah, you said a lot of stuff he wouldn't say.
The strongest military anywhere in the world. We have great leadership, and I'll tell you, Pete and General Kane, and all of the people that I've met that have been lifted up in rank.
They've been lifted up.
So you cooked up a story and dropped the 6 of us in a meat grinder.
Mm-hmm. And we got many of them out of here, too. I'll be honest with you. Didn't like doing it, but we got many of you out of here because we weren't satisfied. We know everything about everybody. It'll also help.
We know everything about everybody. Just consider yourself warned.
United States rapidly rebuild our defense industrial base. Each of you can play an important part in getting allies to do their part. So to that end, Secretary Hegseth will soon be announcing major reforms to streamline military acquisitions and expedite foreign military sales. We have tremendous numbers of countries that want to buy our equipment, and
Tremendous numbers of countries that want to buy our equipment.
Professional assassination. It's the highest form of public service.
in many cases it takes too long. They're backlogged. We're backlogged on all the equipment, which is
Yeah, we're trying to move this shit off the lot. I mean, this is last year's model.
something that's new to us a little bit. And I told those companies, you better get your ass going, because we're selling you a lot of equipment. We're getting countries to buy your equipment. You got to produce the equipment. Some of
That's right.
Gee, I wish we had one of them doomsday machines.
That's right.
the countries I'm not going to mention, but some of the countries are buying a lot, and that's a good thing. They're on our side.
Some of the countries, you mean the NATO countries or the Saudis and Qatar?
95%. I'll never say 100% because it can always turn, right? You know about that.
Yes, there's 5% known unknowns.
They're on our side. The problem is we have to get the companies that make this equipment, and we make the best equipment in the world, but they got to make it faster.
Yeah. Stop trying to make it good. Remember, you can have good, fast, and cheap. You can only have two at a time. Let's go with good and fast. That way
We
we
have
can raise
orders
the price.
for the F-35. We have orders for everything. The new F-47. We have orders for everything. They got
Why
to
would we be selling the latest planes to anybody else?
make it faster.
By the way, the F-35 is made by 12 different countries.
A lot faster. Ammunition they have to make faster.
Yeah, quit with dragging your fucking feet making ammo.
In the coming months, we'll be making even more historic announcements to fully embrace the
Oh, I don't doubt you'll be making a lot of announcements.
identity of the Department of War. I love the name. I think it's so great. I think it stops wars. The Department of War is going to stop wars.
Well, then why don't you form a department of dipshittery, and then you can fire everybody in your cabinet because you'll put a stop to all the dipshittery.
If we are as ruthless and relentless as our enemies, the United States Armed Forces will be totally unmatched in the future. We have a group of enemies that are very ruthless
They are. They have no roots whatsoever.
and very smart, but they can't match us. They can't match us. They don't even come close to matching us. Again, it's very important for me to say we are the greatest military in the world, but we make the best equipment in the world. I watched our
Who the fuck is we, motherfucker?
missiles. I watched our Patriots just knock things out like a needle hitting another needle on the stage.
That's exactly what it was like. It was like a needle hitting another needle on the stage. That's the way
Oh, hello there.
Oh my God.
There's a needle up there, and you send another needle up, and it hits it.
That's exactly, yeah. I was just saying, like, it goes, like it's just a needle hitting another needle in a haystack of needles.
Every time.
Every time. Needle, it's needle on needle. It's kind of, like the tips of two needles banging against each other. Sorry.
During the war, we went 14 for 14. We had 14, this is where they ran, we had 14 missiles coming at us. All 14 were knocked out of the sky, every one of them.
Yeah, we sometimes we hit 16 out of the sky when there's only 14 coming.
Best equipment. From Sparta to Rome, to the British Empire, to the
Oh, God. Yes. White people fight.
United States of America. History has shown that military supremacy has never been simply a matter of money or manpower.
Nope. Sometimes you just need to carry around Medusa's head and just show it to a bunch of people, but don't look at it yourself.
At the end of the day, it is the culture, spirit of our military that truly sets us apart from any other nation. Our ultimate strength will always come from the fierce people and those brilliant people with such pride and the unbending
Yeah, the pride,
Why are you dressed like that?
All right.
will and the traditions of excellence that have made us the most unstoppable force ever to walk the face of the earth. And that's what we are.
Yes, with nothing can stop us from walking, except maybe a flight of stairs, so you got to go really slow.
Remember, we never want to use it, but we have the most powerful nuclear capability, and I call it nuclear deterrent of any other country. Nobody.
Why hasn't anybody else thought of that? Nuclear deterrent. What a fascinating phrase.
knows.
It's almost like instead of calling it the Department of War, calling it the Department of Defense, because we're really about deterrence as opposed. Oh.
Men and women in this room inherit the legacy built and won by Washington and Jackson, Grant and Pershing, Eisenhower and Patton, Nimitz and LeMay.
LeMay, confidence. Hold on. Where is this? Edit.
We carry forward the majestic military heritage passed down from father to son, soldier to soldier.
From farther to sun.
And one generation.
Far from the sun, almost to the moon.
Warriors to the next. You are warriors, you know that.
Mm-hmm. Unless you've been captured, in which case.
Bullshit!
All right.
Right? You're great warriors.
Great.
Well, you wouldn't be in this room. You're the.
Good point. Yeah. I guess the average ones wouldn't get an invite or whatever. Yeah, you told Hegseth to only invite the great warriors, not the ones that are a little yappy.
Best of the best. From Concord Bridge to Fort McHenry, from Gettysburg to Manila Bay.
From smallpox to scurvy.
From Normandy to Sicily, and from
downtown Wisconsin to a bar outside of El Paso.
The jungles of Vietnam to the dusty streets of Baghdad. America's military has charged into hellfire, climbed up jagged mountains, crossed roaring oceans.
And you're afraid of a flight of stairs.
And thundered across open deserts to defend our flag, our freedom, and our homeland. Nobody does it like you.
Well, I mean, why would anybody else defend our homeland if they're not from here, I guess?
Now we are discovering American muscle, reasserting American might, and beginning the next story chapter in American military legends and...
Yes, the story chapter.
Lore.
Or.
I love lamp.
Yeah.
Lore.
Yes, we're pretty sure that's how you spell lore. Because you didn't think it was like a reference to Peter Lorre. Yes, I wondered if they're going to let us win this time.
It is lore.
It is. That's what yes, that's what those letters spell. Yeah, lore. That's it.
Oh, hello there!
When it comes to defending our way of life, nothing will slow us. No enemy.
Except maybe the word lore in our teleprompter, in which case we might need to, drag...
Did IQs just drop sharply while I was away?
Yeah, they kind of did, I gotta say.
Will stop us. They cannot stop us.
No.
And no adversary will stand in our way. They won't stand in our way. We don't want to...
They're not gonna stand in our way. No way, buddy.
Stand in our way.
They won't stand in our way. First I was afraid. I was petrified.
I don't want to even put them in that position, but they're not.
Yeah, no, I don't want to.
Going to stand in our way ever again.
No, they're never going to stand in our way.
Never see 4 years like we had with Biden and that group of incompetent people that ran this country that should have never been there. Because we had the United States military, the best, the boldest, the bravest that the world has ever seen, that the world has ever known.
Yeah, that we'll ever know.
With leaders like we have right...
Yeah, Gloria Gaynor is actually a maggot, apparently, which is very sad.
In this beautiful room today, we will vanquish every danger and crush every threat to our freedom.
Oh, yeah, I bet. You'll be right there in front, right? You're going to help with the crushing and the vanquishing?
Every generation.
As long as there's not a flight of 4 stairs in between you and the thing that needs to be vanquished?
Come, because
we're going to vanquish one stair at a time, very slowly.
Fight, 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 and we will win, win, win.
Rah, rah, rah. Where's the pom-poms? Wasn't Hegseth, they're not going to white out and show Hegseth doing like semaphore with pom-poms? We're going to fight. We're going to win. Our country's red hot. Your team is cold snot.
I want to just thank you once again, and God bless the United States military, and God bless America. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Thank you.
No, they couldn't play his theme song, YMCA.
It's fun to be. Let's party like we're Buns and dongs and vests and thongs. Whoa, I love that feeling. Simple hoods have got the goods. Owie, owie, oh. Buns and dongs and vests and thongs. Whoa, I love that feeling.
Hey, how you doing up there? Hey, buddy, thank you. Clap, point.
You know what I wanna do. Point.
Well, that was it.
You know what I wanna do.
Butt stuff. Thank you for joining me and sticking with it. Officially, I guess we have a government shutdown that will start at midnight. And Republicans are hoping everyone blames Democrats. Even though Republicans are in charge of everything, including the White House, and what it would take to continue things isn't even a deep reach for them, but the fact that they can't break with the president on anything or not do the most hostile thing to the fucking country, they want to lay this off on somebody else. Yeah. Let's see. There you go. Meanwhile, let's see if we can play this little piece right here. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. This is the quote. I think this might be the quote of the year, and then we'll end on this little note right here. This is Ted Cruz.
Senator Booker also said we have bipartisan agreement. I think that's a great idea. We should have bipartisan agreement. How about we all come together and say, let's stop murders? How about we all come together and say, let's stop rape? How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles?
You had me there for a second. Excuse me? I was with you all through murder and rape. We want to end those, yeah.
How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles?
No, I gotta say, I'm as kumbaya as the next person, but no, how about fuck you? That's Ted Cruz today, ladies and gentlemen. Live and Ted Cruz says, "Let's stop attacking pedophiles" in awkward gaffe. No. You guys probably get very irritated with me about how much I'm willing to reach across the aisle. Not obviously, I don't reach across the aisle as much as Trump wants to in some cases. Obviously, he will go further in reaching across the aisle than I will.
I had a beat off.
I'm not, you got to draw the line somewhere. But I'm gonna say that in this particular case, this would be this be well past my red line. So Ted Cruz, it brings me great joy to say fuck you. No. Yeah, good stuff. I'm gonna let you guys go. I will see you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else. And remember, anybody who's outraged at the shutdown of the government, anybody who's outraged about the programs that are being cut by Trump and that crowd, should have been this outraged last year during the campaign if they didn't vote for Harris and against this nonsense. And it's our responsibility to do 1,000 small acts of good to pick up for the giant acts of evil that are being, perpetrated on people. And, take care of yourself and take care of somebody else. Because this is some bullshit right now. Love you guys. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for sharing the show and the clips. Thank you for our Patreon supporters and the super chats that came in. You guys make this show possible. I can't thank you enough. See you tomorrow.
The screen glows bright with a crooked smile. Words spill out. All venom, no style. Promises made.
Don't forget, you can Venmo me. See that little symbol? Just use your phone. Take a little picture. Send me a cup of coffee. You can do it.
This is some bullshit. We see through it. This is some bullshit. Can't undo it. Say it loud. We won't quit. This is some bullshit. Paper thin truths that crumble like ash. Golden thrones built on stolen cash. We raise our fists, we break the mold. Your house of cards is getting old. Static hums, the wires ignite. Truth's a bomb, we're ready to fight.